Yo, what's up, guys? We are live. Those of you that watch this later on, thank you for joining in and welcome back to Jay Ketchum TCG. Today, we're just going to be having some fun conversations, Pokemon investing related. Of course, it's always related to the Pokemon market. And yeah, hopefully, we have a really great time. So let's see. Let's see what this night brings us. I do need to go to the kind of share this in the Discord as always. There we go. Let's see what this night brings us. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream, whoever's here. We're gonna have a fun one. Very last minute stream as well. I wanted to do a video, didn't have time to do a video. Was spending time with family, and so kind of ran out of time today. It is Saturday though. The weather is getting much better. Let's see how kind of a turnout we have tonight. It is a little late. Oh, it doesn't even let me. Okay, no problem. I did want to share this site. I did want to talk about this site. I think this site's pretty cool. It's clearly a nope. What is that? What? Okay, this thing is. There you go. This is. I was talking about this site on my Discord. I think it's a pretty cool site. It's a rather new site. It was making my computer crash earlier today, though, so I don't know what it was doing. Not crash, but it was like freezing everything up. The chef, what's going on, bro? What's going on, man? I hope you're doing good. Pulled Mega Gengar today. Let's fucking go. Wow, bro. To be honest, I've barely ripped any Ascended Heroes, bro. I haven't came in contact with any collection boxes. Good for you, bro. I can't like, I would like to rip my fair share of Ascended Heroes, but we are gonna have the rest of the year to, hit up drops and things like that, whether they be on Walmart, Costco. I'm hoping we get drops like we did with Prismatic. It's got to be something similar, right? It took that spot, so I'm hoping to rip a ton myself, but Mega Gengar is sick. Even the Mega, we talk about these cards, right, that are doing incredibly well. And I think this site will let me look at the cards here. Yeah, of course. Here we go. So the values here are a little weird in comparison. They're not like TCG player exactly. I don't know. They're getting their prices from like eBay and a few other things, but regardless, we can still see something similar or close. We talk about these SIRs so much, right? And just like last video, somebody said, "Look, gang, gang, yeah. Gengar, and my hat. You guys know I love Gengar. Yeah, we are gonna get flooded. But this set, in my last video, I said that this set was better than Prismatic. Like in my opinion, I think this set is better than. I think it's just honestly, I think it's way better than Prismatic. Like this is Evolving Skies level. You know, luckily those V Maxes and Evolving Skies look as good as they do because I would have said this set was better. Just looking at these, just the top 10 alone, like this is crazy. The two Pikachus, the Gengar, the Dragonite, right? The Mewtwo, Clefairy, Feraligatr, Zoroark, the Metagross, and it's so funny. We talk about all these expensive cards. We forget that we have the mega art rares here. And these mega art rares, I think we can all see a time where this Gengar is not $100. It's going to be like $300 or $400, even $500. A few years down the line. This card is sick. Like the mega art rares are really good. This side look is amazing. It's so much deeper than Prismatic. The Grimmsnarl, even though it's not that popular, is amazing. The Meganium, the Fezandipity, the Frostlass is pretty cool too. The Iono, Iono's Belly Boat, which is going to get more and more popular as time goes on because it's like one of the centerpieces in their show. The Halucha's all right, the Scrafty, but so look how deep this thing is. The Mega Dragonite MAR is also sick. Like, this set is crazy. The Tangela, oh my goodness. I don't know, man. This Marrow is also like it's a cool Marrow because it's unlike any of the other cards. And I forgot I think a famous artist also drew this one out. You never know when the artists are going to develop some kind of hype because they do. Yeah, just the Spiritomb, crazy. The Duck Trio, anybody who wants to debate with me that this set is not better than Prismatic, even this I cannot believe this card is $6. I think that I said before that this was going to be one of my more favorite cards. First of all, Mischievous is actually very, very popular, and it's $6. And this IR is going to have like that cute factor. Girls are going to like it. People in general just like cute cards, whether it's a girl or a guy. This card being $6 is crazy. I think that I'm going to say it now. Go ahead, don't matter. My girl's actually opening up some Surging Sparks. She thought she was going to make noise, like it was going to go into the mic and it would like bother me. But hopefully it doesn't disturb you guys so much. I think it's fine though. I don't even think it's going to pick it up too much. But this card here, I think this is a card that I would buy up. $62 out of 10. I think I would even buy this out of 10. I'm not going to lie, guys. This is just a play that I'm just thinking about on the spot because I didn't look too far into it that much. But that's a card that I think can do really well later on. Like, that's crazy. That card is beautiful. There's so much stuff in here. Look at this IRs. The Trevenant looks sick. The Numo, like, wow. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I think it's better than Prismatic. Juice tuned in, bro. What you're thinking about Chaos Rising so far? If you've seen it, yeah, I've seen it in Ninja Spinner. I think Chaos Rising is really receiving a little too much hate. I know it's a smaller set. That's really the issue, right? Ascended Heroes is not only good because of what it's got, it's also a really good set. It's really deep, I mean. And that's really the problem with a lot of these sets. Phantasmal Flames is at whatever price point it's at now. But what are we at now? Like $450? But at first, all you heard was ridicule. People did not like Phantasmal Flames. Everybody was complaining about it. And they kept talking about how it was a small set, easy pull rates. And then, of course, the Charizard just took charge, right? And now that card is so valuable that the booster box is sitting at $400. It had a little bit of a pullback. It was at $412. It's now at $400. It had a high of $420, and that was with all the hate that I received. Now, I'm not going to say that Greninja is going to do what Charizard is doing. Charizard is just that much more popular, but I do see a world where that Greninja can be expensive. Like I said before, Greninja in 2020 was the #1 most popular Pokemon. Like, that means something, when you talk about the most popular Pokemon being Gengar, Umbreon, Charizard, Pikachu, like that means something. So I just don't disregard those little things. Look at what that promo did, that Gold Star Greninja. Yeah, it has a low gem rate, great, but it's still Greninja. If it was a different Pokemon entirely, there are a lot of Pokemon out there, Pokemon cards that have low gem rates that aren't doing well. Not like the Greninja, right? 16 out of 10 is wild. Yeah, bro. I really see a time where this set really does well. Like, it really does perform. Not the set, sorry, this card. And I can't believe the Tangela is here at $25. I thought it'd be more. This is a beautiful card. One of the original 151, and it's Erica's Tangela, like a very popular trainer. I thought it would be doing better than that. But they're all doing pretty well. $25, a $25 IR, a $30 IR. And then, of course, you have all the mega attackers. There's just so much in this set. But the Marrow 16, the Spiritomb is also really nice at 15. Baby, let me know if you pull anything, because we have horrible luck with Surging Sparks for some reason. This card at 12, this is surprising. I'm not gonna lie. This is surprising. The Bonnet is decent, but I mean, how could you go wrong with Ascended Heroes? So much potential here. Like, just even outside of the SIRs, the MARs, and the IRs as well. Insane. But yeah, I was talking about this site and the Discord. And of course, once again, the Discord is always in the description. If you guys want to join the Discord, hop in anytime, talk anytime, whatever you guys want. And also, I did mention in my last video that the membership is finally up. The last live guys were saying that I should start it, and I did. I was very happy to. It was fun to just make, just make the little logos and emojis and things like that. So we do have like a few emojis. I don't know. Does StreamYard let me? Yeah, it doesn't let me do it directly from StreamYard. I don't know why. That's one thing that I don't like about StreamYard. It doesn't act like your regular YouTube chat where it lets you go to the emojis, like the personalized one. It doesn't. It's just a comment. I could just comment, but they're there for those that are members. And there's an emoji that I have to still make. But somebody already joined the membership. I have my first member. I'm gonna put a post out and shout him out at some point. Very grateful. I can't believe that somebody already joined, but pretty cool, especially for a channel like mine. Every little bit helps for sure. Um, but yeah, I wanted to talk about this website because this website can actually like help you do certain things, right? I sold all my perfect order to double up on my initial Chaos Rising pickups. Like I said before, Chaos Rising is not going to be your destined rivals, but it's definitely going to be better than perfect order. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a bad move whatsoever. If you took that and put it into Ascended, Prismatic, just so many other things, but anything you would have moved it into basically because it was a perfect order, it's most likely going to perform better. Reverend Rips, what's going on, brother? What's going on? So you might like this one as well. So I was looking at things here, right? And I saw here it says sets by average PSA gem rate. So I remember making a video when Mega Evolution base came out, and as I was looking at the pop reports, I saw that the majority of cards were like really easy to grade. So it's so funny they took the information and put it on this site, and Mega Evolution base as a whole has a 59% gem rate. I was telling people basically like go run and grade your Mega Evolution cards. And so it's I can't believe it. Some people in the comments were against me telling people to do that. Like, why? There's going to be cards you simply don't like, and if you pull one in Mega Evolution and you can profit off of it, why not? Just grade the damn thing. They're all grading tens, like the majority of them. It's wild to think that. Now we're at a point with Ascended Heroes where the Pokemon are even better. The illustration rares are even better, and we have a 67.6% gem rate as of right now. It's not a huge number. The population total is only 5,286, but still a 67.6% gem rate is wild. That is a lot. And then, of course, if you want to look for your low gem rate sets and just cards you may have not looked at before, it's got all of them as you scroll down. But all of them within Scarlet and Violet and forward. I don't see anything else about anything with Sword and Shield. So Obsidian Flames as a whole, surprising to me. I thought it was Scarlet Violet base, has the lowest gem rate. With the Ninetales having a decently low gem rate, the Scizor, and other cards like that. But it's a pretty cool site to have this information on hand. You can look if you want to look for low gem pops, if you want to look for cards that you might want to grade and you have access to a specific set, you can look on here and see what your chances are if you were to rip, right? Then you have the total set raw value changing every single day. Of course, it's always fluctuating, but they have them here in order. So you could even make your investments based on total set value. Very, very accessible right here. What else do we have here? Best bang for your buck. This is based on ripping, right? So this is rank 1 on final rip cost. So clearly that's why it's there. The cost of the pack, the value of the cards in it. So it's ranked in that order for what you basically profit. And highest raw card value per pack. 151 being at the top. So Ascended Heroes, Paladin Fates. It's pretty cool to say. I mean the site. I wish the site had a little more. There are some things that I was looking for before that I didn't find here. Like you can't. I don't like that it doesn't have no Sword and Shield. At least Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield is pretty modern. I feel like it should have it, but it doesn't. It gives you basically a price tracker on the sealed values and see them in order from, of course, the most expensive to the least. Which also you can start looking at possibilities like entries, right? If you do want to buy something and you're looking at the cost, something a little more affordable, and you want to look at the bottom half, you can scroll down. Or even if you want to look at what people have the most confidence in, which of course is going to be the most expensive one, you got that too. And then you got the ETBs here as well, which is pretty cool. But these are I believe these are the regular ETBs. They're a little too inexpensive, right? The Yeah, the 151 one is like $1,000. But I think it's pretty cool, to be honest, this site. And I think this guy is a YouTuber. He just decided to make the site. I'm sticking with S and A tier sets. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad idea. You can diversify. As of late, I'm hearing more and more about set picking and not diversifying and just going for the top tier sets. Um, but I think for me, like, yes, I will always, if I have an opportunity to add on some S and A tier sets for sure. I'd pick it up, right? But at the same time, if I have opportunities for others, I will as well. I think I enjoy that. I enjoy diversifying. I enjoy having, just for my satisfaction, like even looking at them, having several different booster boxes uh, in my collection is it's entertaining to me. I enjoy it. Base Sampa They Evolved has the worst gem rates. It says Obsidian Flames has the worst on this site. I could be wrong, right? I mean, maybe the site's wrong, but that's what it's saying. And it was pretty close. What did it say? Uh where'd it go? Where is it? It was only the difference was 3%, 3.2%. So it might be because they're also including the SIRs. So I know the SIRs for a lot of these are actually much easier to grade than the IRs. The same as Paldea Evolved. The IRs are much easier to grade. There will be 30K PSA 10s of the Megazard. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Low pop counts, vintage, and promos are very valuable. Yeah. But you know what's crazy? In a market like this, you really don't know what's going to be like the real thing to buy. Right now, Charizard has all the hype, which is one of the craziest things because everybody trashed it. There are still people to this day that don't want to admit that that's one of the better cards out there. Uh, So I don't know. I'm not debating that. People have their opinions. They have their own right, but I could see it. I could see what that Charizard did to people. Just their reactions way before the set came out and it was leaked. It was just like, yo, if this card is real, like it's over. Like that was the sentiment across the board until the set came out, and then we had easy pull rates. So I'm not surprised at what it's doing. You going to any pre-releases? No, I'm not. The last one I went to was the Destin Rivals one. I was thinking about going to the Chaos Rising one, but I don't know. It's just a lot. I got to give up my time. Even though it's enjoyable, it's the time that I put into this, for example, time with my family, trying to have a good, I don't know. It just depends on when it happens, kind of like a time and place thing. There's so much fun. No waiting in line and packs are all together will be MSRP. Yeah, for sure. I think when you go, you get a build and battle, 4 packs. And then I forgot how many packs. I think I got like 10 packs in total when I went to that pre-release, which is pretty cool. Just got Paldea SIR PSA 10 back. It is $500 in a 10 and 60 in raw. Which one? Which card was that? 60 raw. The mouse hold? Did you get the mouse hold back? I would have to guess it was that one. $60 raw. On this site, it's not showing it that way. Let's look at TCG. Because I thought it'd be that. Yeah, I was right. I was right. Mouse hold. Nice. It's a really nice card. You know which one I do like that I was looking at today? Megazard almost done at PSA. Oh, nice. How long has it been? There are thousands of people who want that Zard. It would be like the Gray Hat. Yeah, but they're paying a lot of money for that Gray Hat Pika. So talking about the mouse hold, I was looking at this one, which I think is really cool as well, which is the exclusive Chinese one. I think this was pretty cool. This one, this is a really cool one as well. Like the other one's nice as well. Like they're both really nice. This is the exclusive Chinese one. Really cool car, in my opinion. I actually like it a lot. And so at the moment, ungraded, I'd rather pull it than buy it. It costs $173 and it's $520 at a PSA 10. Chinese, I knew it. Yeah, it's a nice card, man. It is. It is a really nice card. Just like the other those Chinese exclusives though, they're doing a good job with those. They're really nice. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect those Chinese cards to look so good the way they do, like the Gengars they come out with, or the Pikachu Gengar one. The Pikachu Gengar one is insane, insane. Um, but the Pikachu Psyduck one as well, just all of them. The evolutions that they came out with the Sleeping Umbreon, the Sylveon, the Leafeon, the Eevee. Um, yeah, they had a exclusive Arcanine as well. I think they have some nice ones. And same as Zard with the 25-day turnaround, been 2 weeks, and it's in assembly. Wow, how much did they charge you for that? You had to pay extra, didn't you? Like $75, I think. Q sells, the Gengar Pico gonna blow up. Yeah, for sure. That's why I was talking before you came in here. I was talking about the Mischievous in Ascended Heroes, because it's $6. I can't believe this card is $6. How is this card $6, bro? I'm not even kidding. Like, there are a lot of people out there that like this Pokemon, Mischievous, and it's $6. This is the definition of cute. It's a beautiful card. I can only imagine what it looks like in hand. Like that purple must pop. Like, it looks amazing. But you have a lot of other cards here that are really, really nice. But just that one in particular was one that really caught my attention at $6. How is this Slurpuff $10? Like, what is this Pokemon? How many people really care about this Pokemon right here? I've never heard of that Pokemon having a big fan base. Like, but yeah. But that Cubone, oh my goodness. That Cubone. Let's see if it just comes up for our Cubone. That card right there, I love as well. Here it is. First one up. This card right here, insane. Amazing card. Amazing card. 94 raw, 250 and a 10. I'm surprised at that. I'm really, really surprised at that right there. Really surprised. Chinese Gem Pack 3. Let's see this Gengar is also really nice. Really nice Gengar. We were talking about it last stream. 113. PSA 10 at 400. Surprising. I'd rather pull these though. I'd rather just open this set and just pull what I pull. This Meowth is also really nice. 33 ungraded. That's not bad. That's not bad to just buy straight up. And this is like where the plays are right now. Like, so many people are profiting off of singles. Like, sealed in some cases are kind of like stagnating a little bit, or sales are like slowing down. I mean, things are not like really slowing down, but some things are, and singles are really pumping right now. The Cerulege is also really nice, which I expect one day to be much more valuable because it's definitely going to be popular at some point. And yeah, I believe the Chandelure was an exclusive, but I don't really love the card. And then I think that was the only other exclusive. There might be another one, maybe not. I think that was it. But Chinese cards look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. About 100 with the shipping. Wow. Pulled it and it looks good. Nice. Which one? You pulled the Chinese Cubone? That's pretty lucky right there if that's what you pulled. Jay, I tried to get my Cubone in a pristine 10 BGS, came back a 9.5. Well, that's for sure a PSA 10. I would assume that's a PSA 10. BGS is just that much better. What'd you pull? We pulled this one already, sadly, before. That's all you pulled?
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, we have the worst luck with Surging Sparks, I'm not gonna lie. I had 10 packs, 10 loose packs. I mean, I have more, but chose 10 packs, and she pulled this Latias full art, which is, of course, not what we want from the set. We already have that. Man, this is we don't have any good luck with surging whatsoever. I've never pulled a good thing. The best thing, here we go, babe. I think the best thing, what's going on with this camera? There you go. The best thing I pulled with from surging was, I think it was Clement's Wit. I think that's the best thing I pulled. It's a trainer SIR. Not that great whatsoever. Show you guys the card right now if it's not, just in case it's not popping in your mind. Like first thing. Here we go. This is the card. Pulled this card. Probably the best card out of Surging I've pulled. That's for sure. I think, did we pull the Mesprit? I don't know. I don't think so. Didn't pull any of these at all. None of these. Yeah, nothing. I haven't pulled anything good from Surging. Pretty sad, actually. Yes, bro. Tag team with trainer Pokemon and trainees are so awesome. Yeah. Sparks is more brutal than Priz to me. It ain't close. Yeah, I don't know why, man. We just get demolished with Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks has so many dead packs. I don't understand though. Like, no luck. Like this Milotic, I'll take that. I don't want this though. This looks like a full art to me. I don't know why I don't like it. Executor, I'll take this as well. Even the Lycia's appeal, like, man. Jasmine's gaze wouldn't be bad either. Even those like trainers, like I'll take a trainer. Give me a trainer. Pretty wild. But man, what are we gonna do, guys? What are we gonna do about Ascended Heroes? Like, guys, you know, I was talking about this in my last video. Also, you're hearing this plastic. I decided to open up 10 packs of Brilliant Stars as we talk here. And if we do pull anything, if I pull anything, I will let you guys know what I pulled. All right. I'm not going to show you guys just trash, but I do have 10 packs I've had here. I've had these packs for over a year sitting here. I mean, I told you guys I was going to start a rip and ship a long time ago. And things happened where things didn't line up. So I have loose packs laying around, which at times can be really fun. I will even sell some at some point, but it's fun to have them there, you know, to just enjoy whenever I want. Jay, I also believe that best hits for Pokemon are first wave. All reprints seem brutal. That could be a legit theory. The Dollar General Prizzy, someone said, told you know, he keeps, you know, Reverend keeps showing me these Dollar General Prizzies, right? The ETBs, because I didn't like how displayable they were. So I always said they were going to be more, that the regular ones were going to be more expensive, which they were until we got a big, massive wave of them. And I think the regular ones are still going to surpass the Dollar General ones. But I'm not going to lie, I am surprised that they're reaching that price point that quickly. This market is just so nuts right now, guys. Like, that's what I'm asking. Like, what are we going to do about Ascended Heroes? I'll talk about that a little more, but where are the Dollar General ones? They're over here somewhere. Are these them? 192 market price, sold for 218. But you see, the sales aren't really there as much. It is climbing really quickly. That means the price between just single sales are dramatic. Like, look, 214, jumping straight up to 236, then 257. This is why that's happening. That's nuts. There aren't that many left, of course. 9 left on the site. Yeah. I think sales for that are going to really, really start slowing down. But eventually, as we start eating up through the product of the regular ETB, it's going to start pumping as well. But yeah, you know, just talking about where Ascended Heroes, not Ascended Heroes, Prismatic, right? Just being able to take advantage and look at the history of the set on this site. 102 climbed up to 114 in March. In March of 2025, we thought an ETB of Prismatic Evolutions at $131 was expensive. That's what we thought, right? April 128, basically the same price. A year later, the set that took its place as a specialty set is at $153. That's a $20 difference. It's doing things that Prismatic never did. And a lot of it is due to the fact that we were already in the middle of this bull run. Prismatic was more like in the beginning of the bull run, but pretty crazy like what this is doing. If you know, think about this, guys. How crazy was it back when we had Prismatic? Prices were at $130. We thought they were really expensive. And then we waited and waited for restocks. How long? That felt like an eternity. Waiting for more Prismatic to hit the market felt like an eternity. What is Ascended Heroes going to feel like at $153? And you know what's funny? That as you saw here on the Prismatic one, like as we're going through just a change from March, even February to March, April, the changes aren't like that dramatic, right? This is 113, yeah, when it initially came out, and then it released, we had 131, and then it pulled down to 128 in April. Next month, it pulled down to 104. We must have got another wave at the time, but Ascended at 153, it's climbing every single day, guys. Like this dip right here was just because we had this weird release, right? Where the product was so split up and spread out. But look at this. This is like, yeah, it has little days where it pulls back a tad bit, but guys, this is like nonstop, continuous upward movement. Like this is crazy. I don't know how they're gonna solve this problem. You know, I'm saying that because people always want to talk about Pokemon doing something about the problem. I don't think Pokemon's gonna do anything whatsoever about the problem. I don't think to them this is a problem. I think to them this is an amazing time as a business. I don't think that they're trying to worry about that at all. Good luck on the rips. About to do the same. Nice. I love ripping, man. Jay, the number of new people entering the market is 5 to 10 times higher than when Prismatic dropped. For sure. Prismatic was around when like I said, when the market was just starting to heat up. Yeah, it was starting to heat up with surging, but it really, really, really took off when Prismatic Evolutions came to market, which just went even. I don't know, man. How do you describe that? All right, all right. Looking kind of good so far, guys. Looking kind of good on the very, very first pack. And I'm not gonna lie, this is why I love opening a set like Brilliant Stars. It's off center as well. It's not an insane pull, but a lot of these trainer gallery cards are really good looking. I got the Dusknoir with Morty behind them. Really nice card. Really nice. Brilliant Stars is kind of underrated in my opinion. It is one of the more expensive Sword and Shield sets, but underrated for sure. Supplies are even tighter. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. It's not a good look. Jay, what's going on, bro? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. We're just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? We're just hanging out, doing things. Pump my Brilliant Stars back. Let's see. Brilliant is one of the few, because of that large trainer gallery. It's one of the few sets that are worth ripping. Like you can actually open up a decent amount and get good stuff. Like you won't get demolished. This isn't Evolving Skies. It's not what do you call it? Fusion Strike. You know, even Lost Origin can be a little rough. Their trainer gallery is much smaller. So just going through the packs, just trying to get lucky with something. I've never pulled any of the Umbreons. I did pull the Sylveon trainer gallery of the VMAX. What is that? Wow. Okay. All right. Nothing in pack number 2, which is okay. Yeah, keep ripping, bro. Bro, the set's so enjoyable. Like even going back, even here, right? Once again, that site, you know, it's one thing. Like I that site was pretty cool. I hate that it doesn't have Sword and Shield. Like this site was just made by that YouTuber, whoever he is, and I don't understand why the site doesn't have Sword and Shield. So I would prefer to use. Let's go with price charting, and this is why I like price charting, because I could actually view the set pretty well. And just to remind everybody what's in here, how deep the trainer gallery is. It's a pretty cool set. I pulled this card right here. Really, really nice card in hand. Like amazing looking in hand. I love this card. Absolutely love it. I wanted it, and this is one of the cards that I wanted to pull, and I can't believe I actually pulled it. Next, I would love to pull this Umbreon right here. Yo, this Umbreon is sick. This is such a good card. I hate that price already made that small, but whatever. Really, really, really nice card. I love it. The other Umbreon is actually really nice too. This one right here. Another really, really nice card. Yeah, man. Brilliant Stars is just stacked. You know, just such a crazily deep set. Even these other evolution cards are really nice as well. This Sylveon is really, the Mimikyu is also really nice. I'm actually surprised that I got left behind. All the other ones started pumping a little more. This Pikachu Full Art is really nice. Even these Octillery, this is what I just pulled right now. The Alcremie, the Urshifus are really, really nice. And it's a VMAX. It's a really, really nice card. People don't like Urshifu, but the design of the cards are sick. They look amazing. Things like that. You know, Mewtwo. What is this? I'm only looking at this because you never know. This looks like it might be a hollow rare. We'll see if we pull it, but that looks like a really cool Mewtwo. It could actually be a play years down the line. Keep that in mind, guys. You know, a lot of these regular hollow rares that cost $1.56. We see what they do in the future. It's already $93 out of 10. Could be a play. Things that just pop up, catch my attention. Yellow borders are going to spike. I think Evolving Skies VMAX cards are slept on. The hit rates are like 1 in 36. That's not horrible, actually. A lot of that sort of, man, there's just so much focus right now. Everybody's talking about Scarlet and Violet. At some point, they're going to start talking about Sword and Shield again. I love Brilliant. I still have 2 cases. That's pretty sick. They've been pumping. They've been moving. I mean, in the last year, they've done pretty well. And within 2026, not so much, but in the last year, it did well. Chilling Pain is my favorite set and never pulled nothing from it. Yeah, I haven't pulled anything from there either. I'm not gonna lie. Pokebonks, what's going on, bro? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thank you for stopping by. I did want to give a shout out to I was hoping he would stop by. He is not here right now. To why does this do this? Why did you just go to the site? Just go to the site, bro. My first member. I don't know if it's gonna pop up here. Let's see. Memberships. This is a new membership, of course, the loyalty badges and all that. I thought it would show my new member. There is one new member, and it is Dark Magician, wherever he is. Shout out to him. Very first member. I thought it would at least show it here so I can give a proper shout out. Would have been cool, but still worth it. Now that Mega Evolution sets are smaller, the Scarlet and Violet era packs are going to be so much more valuable. Yeah. Each era is going to have their thing. It's very possible Mega Evolution. I think the Rayquaza set is the last of the era, no? I think it might be. And then once that's over, didn't we hear about a Gen 3 set? Something leaked about a Gen 3 set? That might be a thing in the Mega era. And then from there, we might be running into a whole new era where the sets get deep again. We don't even know, but yeah, Scarlet and Violet sets that are deep are going to do really, really well. People, just any set that's deep that has popular Pokemon is going to do well. Same as why I think Mega Evolution Base is going to do well because it's a pretty deep set actually. It has really popular Pokemon. The Mega Latias I think is underrated. The Mega Absol is underrated. That will be on this site because it's Mega Evolution, right? So this card at 170, I'm surprised that it even dropped to this price. At 170, I think Mega Lucario is really, really nice. This Gardevoir card is one of the best, if not the best Gardevoir card. Really cool as well at 180. I'm surprised that it pulled back that much. The Venusaur one is a little meh. Like it's really doesn't give me enough to even want to value it. But this card here at $77, Mega Latias looking like a freaking jet with like a city below it. Guy, I can't believe this card is not more expensive. I really can't. And then my favorite underrated card is this one right here. This card is insane. The Emo Mega Absol, guys. This card it looks so cool. It looks so cool, honestly. No way. Who could really disagree that this card looks cool? All right, no trainer gallery, and nothing in the hollow spot. All right. One quick second, guys. All right, we're back. My girl wanted to pass by. She didn't want to be on the camera. She wanted to go use the bathroom, which is cool. It's fine. She'll be back in a few minutes as well. So that same thing will happen again. Where I'll cut off the camera and it also cuts off the mic, but it's fine. So yeah, this mega app. So like this set is pretty deep. I'm not gonna lie. The IRs with the Bulbasaur, the Ivysaur, the box topper as well with the stamp, which has a really low gem rate. People love the fact that it has a low gem rate, which is weird. People pick cards that they like with low gem rates when there are many other ones out there. But whatever. Mega Gengaskan, I also think it's a really, really nice card. It's really colorful. This set's gonna do well. I actually think the set's gonna do well long term. The Vulpix, the Marshadow, the Steelix, like really good cards. The full arts are really nice as well. I think it's gonna do well. They have a lot of other IRs here, cute factor as well, like the Stuffle. Um, I think this card's gonna do well. Better than most people think, at least. Um, so a set being deep, I think is gonna do a lot. I pulled 2 Charizards from Brilliant, one graded a PSA 10. Which the SIR, the alt art you pulled. I have not pulled an alt art from Brilliant, which would be that Charizard, that's for sure. I still need that Umbreon. I want to pull something nice, especially on stream. I think it'd be pretty cool if I did. Um, you know, let's see. No, nothing in the trainer gallery, nothing in the rare spot either. The hollow rare, nothing. So far, one pull out of 4 packs. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, it's all right. Yeah, man. See a lot of potential in Mega Evolution, honestly. Um, let's see. I need to get me some of those collection boxes. I want to rip Ascended, like really, really want to rip Ascended. Yeah, just the difference that makes with this set being deeper than this set, not Ascended, of course. It's going to be deeper than Chaos Rising. The Darkrai set might be small as well. We don't know what's going to happen with that. We'll have to see what happens exactly with that. Sword and Shield is so much better than the new sets. I mean, I think that's a hot take, but I think it's a hot take. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second. All right, guys, false alarm. I think it's a little bit of a hot take because Scarlet and Violet just has so much more to offer than Sword and Shield when it comes to what's in a set, how deep this set is. But I don't know. I'll tell you what, the alternate art cards, I think that they're going to be really, really hard to compete with when it comes to these SIRs long term to see what they do. We do have really nice cards, of course. The Bubble Mew is really nice. The Mewtwo as well from Desert Rivals is really nice, but do they compare to the Umbreon? Do they compare to the Giratina? Does it compare to um, the Lugia from Silver Tempest? Does it compare to the Gengar? I don't think so, to be honest. Goldbirds too. Which Goldbirds? Which Goldbirds are you talking about? Urshifu is my number one favorite, I guess. I'm so biased. Actually, one of my nephews actually loves Urshifu as well. Brilliant and so fun. My kids and I love ripping. That's what I'm saying. This is why I would choose to rip. If I had stacks of no trader gallery again, man, getting demolished at the very second though. If I had not to say that these other sets aren't good or better, but if I had all the other Sword and Shield sets, if I had Evolving Skies, if I had Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, like loose packs like I do with Brilliant Stars, and I was trying to figure out which one I'd want to rip to enjoy, it would have to be easily Brilliant Stars. The pull rates are better because of the trainer galleries being so deep. Second to that, I think I might it might be evolving or lost. I know Fusion is just terrible, like terrible, terrible. So it is a lot more enjoyable than people realize. I need them gold birds. LOL. I got almost every set of them. I don't know which birds you're talking about. Why can't I don't know. It's not. I'm not making a connection. Lucario Z set got copyrighted from Mega. That is true. But what set is that going to be part of? Is that going to be mixed in with the Darkrai? Is that going to be? Is that its own set, or is that going to be mixed in with one of the others? I think Mega Fates will end the Mega era. Mega Fates, that'd be cool. That would be fire. I agree, 100%. That'd be fire. Yeah, we need some Mega Fates. Yes, sir. That Mega Absol is excellent. I love that card. Jason, what's going on, bro? Hi, Jay. Yeah, that Mega Absol is so sick. Welcome to the stream, brother. Mega Base is fire. Sword and Shield ripping is brutal, except for CZ. Um, SV era is the reason Bull's in place. What people rip is what they collect. Yes, CZ is goaded for sure. Love that. I have Crown Zenith, but like I have a good amount of packs. But what's a Crown Zenith pack right now? Like this makes me not want to open it whatsoever. What's a Crown Zenith pack? And I got a decent amount of them. $23. Not ripping it, man. Not ripping it. I want to, but I don't know. The golds are brilliant. Got you. Do you have a very car of artist? No. No artist. Set that I collect. You know what? Like I don't feel like don't get me wrong, I have pulled cards, but I feel like I don't know, I haven't had the greatest luck with pulls all the time. Another dud pack. Um with the Piplup reverse though. Really nice looking card. Um Favorite cards though, like I don't know, man. I suck at that because I like so many cards. The first card that comes to me off the top of my head is usually the Lugia from Silver Tempest. I think that card is amazing. Um, but then now we go into Ascended Heroes. The Mega Art Rares look really good. The Gengar looks good to me. It is a nice card, but I think it could have been better. The Pikachu, like that Forest Pikachu, is really nice. That's a really nice card. The Gengar is nice as well, but I think it could have been better. The Pikachu, I don't think it could have been that much better in my opinion, unless the only other way that I think you could have that card as a better Pikachu is just maybe him in action using an attack. Uh, Probably be really cool too. Lucario Z is supposed to be Oral Secret set. You're right. I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, I got it the first time. I understood. I got you, but I couldn't believe I forgot that. Concept 34, what's going on? Brother-in-law just brought me a Destin pack he got from the vending machine. Oh, let me know what you pull. Unless you're just keeping it sealed. Let me know what you pull. GameStop doing pre-orders for Ascended booster bundles at $60. Loki might be a play considering the packs are 11 right now. How crazy ETBs and PCTs have been. Yeah, that's gonna be nuts. Booster bundles. I'm having trouble seeing the booster bundles go under $50. Let's see what, because Prismatic, to be honest, is the only set that I could compare that was in the bull run. It just wasn't in this bull run, which is so much further along than where Prismatic's one was. But a year ago, oh my gosh, a year ago, Prismatic booster bundles were selling for $78. A year ago, 1 year ago, $78 for a Prismatic booster bundle. And just so you guys can see it yourself, yeah, a year ago, $78, $78.90. So don't be surprised if you see them be that expensive that early on. But also remember, you did see this price action change for Prismatic. Expect the same. We're going to be getting a lot of product. I would hope if it's going to be exact as I think it's going to be, there's no way that I could say that I have some kind of confirmation. But it did take the spot of Prismatic when it comes to the release. And I would think that it's going to fall in line and do the same thing. And if we do get a lot, as I expect, then those booster bundle prices at some point will drop. But initially, You don't expect them to be cheap because the hype for this set is still ongoing and it's continuously building. So, three products I have a lot of: CZ, 151, and Evo. Not ripping any. Yeah, for sure. I get it. Trust me. That's why they're fun to rip. Not gonna lie, but it's so hard to justify these days. You know, I when the time comes that we hit the so-called bear market, like I'm not only gonna buy to like keep sealed, I'm gonna rip. Like I'm gonna enjoy it. And I mean I hope you guys could do the same or could afford to do the same. Um so that's just what I want. It's just like that's part of the hobby. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the type of person that like I would love to enjoy the money part of it. Like, yeah, I want to profit for sure, but I also want to like actually have fun with it. Like so that's just me though. Everybody can handle their things their way. Once packs climb above $20 per pack, far less will be ripped, and that impact pops counts and gem rates. Yeah. When are you gonna rip a pack with us? I've been ripping packs. I'm on my seventh seventh Brilliant Stars pack. I'm ripping in one right now. I pulled one thing so far. Trainer Gallery, Dusknor, and so far I'm 1 for 7, it seems. I got another reverse, nothing in the hollow rare slot, just a regular rare. So far, nothing insane whatsoever. So far, it's just been this Dusknor right here. But we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping to get lucky. What I really want is the Umbreon, that Umbreon Trainer Gallery. Full Art Trainer Judge. I actually needed it. Bonus. Oh, nice. Good for you, man. At least you got something you wanted. You know, that's always a good feeling. Not just you, Jay. Sword and Shield is tough. I opened so many Sword and Shield and barely pulled any alts, but made great memories with my family, and that's what I miss from the bear market. Yeah, I didn't even see this comment until now, and that I agree. This is what I really wanted. You know, not wanted what I want and how I would approach it in the bear market as well. I would definitely be in there trying to just rip as much and enjoy it. To be honest, that's I believe that's what it's about. At some point you realize there are only so many ways you could actually be enjoying cards and not opening them. Like the money side of it is fun, but like I don't know. At least for me, I don't see it that way. For me, I do love ripping as well. But right now I'm kind of regretting. right now, right now I'm kind of regretting. I'm looking at these packs. I'm not pulling anything great. Nothing. Okay, I got something. Nothing in the trainer gallery slot. I did pull a full art Grand Bull. Haven't seen a Grand Bull card in a long time. The full art Grand Bull from Brilliant Stars. Just pulled it. Okay, not bad. One thing I will say is that every single thing I've pulled from Brilliant Stars has very, very bad centering. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. uh, those cards are so awesome, but the detailed illustration with the yellow borders bothers me. Really? Um, I mean, I don't know. They don't bother me at all. The silver border definitely was the touch that they were missing, but I don't have a problem with the yellow borders. I don't know. I know a lot of people hated the silver border when it first came out. That's for sure. So, but yeah, those booster bundles are gonna get crazy for Ascended. I don't know, guys. You know, this is it's my assumption that Ascended Heroes is gonna take that slot for where not that let me rephrase that. It is my assumption that it replaced Ascended Prismatic in that slot, and we're gonna get the same printing that we got for Prismatic for Ascended Heroes. I hope we get it soon though, because now that I'm thinking about it, like they've been printing Prizzy this whole time, right? Just because what I'm looking at, they've been printing Prizzy this whole time. We did get that huge wave of Surging Sparks last summer as well that have vending machines. They never reprinted Journey Together. I would have to assume that they're going to give us at least one wave of Journey Together, Destin Rivals, like all this here, even Black Bull and White Flare. Like, look how far. Look at all the. This is so nuts. Just think about this, guys. Look at where we are. Look at the gap between Prismatic and Ascended Heroes and all the sets that we have in between. That's six sets in between Prismatic and Ascended Heroes. Are they going to start reprinting these before they do Ascended Heroes? Like, now I'm just thinking about it because the market's totally different. How are they reacting to it? Like, we will never know. But or unless they're gonna attack it the same way they did with Prismatic, just start putting Ascended Heroes off the back. Like, I don't know. Jay going on a cruise, Symphony of the Sea next month, and ordered Pokemon shirt set to trip on the ship. Nice, nice, nice. That's gonna be cool. Pokemon shorts. I got you, got you. That's pretty cool. I've been on a kickoff getting full arts with texture trainers, Pokemon full arts, budget SIRs. There's a lot of cards that some people maybe don't appreciate as much as you do, and it's a great time to pick those up. Like I pointed out, the Mischievous in Ascended Heroes. When I first made a video about that card when the whole set released, that was one of the cards where I was like, "Holy crap, that Mischievous looks like amazing!" Right? And I don't know that it's being valued as at $6. I don't know why it's being valued at $6. Nothing in my 9th pack of Brilliant Stars. One trainer gallery so far, one full art, and I'm on my very last pack. Not the last pack that I own, but out of the 10. I just pulled out 10. Let's see. I'm about to grab something random and open one more thing. It's already in my point of view. What's your take on the whole pre-ordering from GameStop? Well, I think my take is very similar to everybody else's, but at the same time, we know GameStop is a business. They have changed their model with certain things several times for them to take advantage of an opportunity to make money. But in this market, I wouldn't if you can get there and pre-order, I wouldn't shy away. It seems like all their pre-orders, even though they're above MSRP, they have been below market. I did see that the Chaos Rising booster box was at $300. That's something to stay away from, clearly. But other than that, a lot of the other things like the Prizzy ETBs, if you can get booster bundles, I think somebody said $60 just now. I don't see them going below 50, but if you're holding them long term, I think you're fine. So that's that. And nothing on my last pack of Brilliant Stars. I was just looking at the art of one of these cards. But yeah, nothing on the last pack, sadly. Sadly, all we got was a full art and a trainer gallery added to the collection. Mega Ray stuff gonna start getting hot. I would get cards before they start climbing, before a certain set start getting released. You know what though? What's tough about that is that anything Rayquaza is like already up, and it not because of this exactly, but it just always has been because Rayquaza is such a popular Pokemon. It's so like loved, and it's like everything's up. Let's look at best selling. Let's see what that looks like right now. Best selling Rayquaza right now is this Hollow Rare from Pop Series 1. What is this? Then the Amazing Rare has been climbing as well, $21. This card was really, really cheap before. Wow. Secret Rare from Dragons Exalted at 550. This is what's been selling the most. The Rayquaza from the Sea and Skybox, which I have like 15 of these because I decided to buy them for no reason. I thought that at some point they'd be valuable, and they're climbing. I mean, if you get yourself a gradable copy, I think they're decent in a PSA 10. Not 100. Let's look that up. Rayquaza Sword and Shield 029. You never know with these. Why is this thing? What happened here? Why isn't it just typing? Wow. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's see. Cosmos Hollow, Pokemon promo. Um, are they different? This is the first time I'm seeing them see that listed differently. 140 for a $5.69 card, and not bad at all. That's a great turnaround right there. A return. This Rayquaza here looks amazing for $276. This one, Hollow Rare from Dragon's Vault, $31. I was looking for this one for a while ago on eBay, trying to find a good copy, and this one as well. From Legendary Treasures, the Hollow Rare at $30, 100 on this one. The Trainer Gallery is now up to 150 from Silver Tempest. You know, a set that people don't like talking about. People don't want to talk about Silver Tempest, and I talk about it all the time. The Lugia is amazing, and this Rayquaza is amazing as well. But all of these cards, in reality, even the cheaper ones at $30, that's still a little expensive. I'm not saying that they are. It's just at a point where it's not like cheap anymore. It's not. They're not $5. They're not $10. You have this rare here at 18. But if you look at most of the cards here, like every single card almost, except for that Crown Zenith one, they're all expensive. Right? Rayquaza is just one of those Pokemon that just they're gonna be doing well for a long time, especially the shiny variants of the cards. Always are nice. This promo right here at $100, even though it's um, a half drawing. Then this was 80. Like really cool. Just a really popular Pokemon, well loved. You know, people love that one. Jay just sent you the short. I said, "Oh, rock full Pokemon." Let's see what that looks like. See what that looks like. Do I have to? Come on, real quick. Just sign in. It's saying my login info is incorrect. Unless I forgot my password. Yeah, I forgot my password. You know what? I was using a different browser before and it was saved. I'll open it up on Microsoft Explorer. That's already saved there. It'll have me automatically signed in. Let's see. See what this looks like. Oh, right here. The shirt. Oh, too bad it doesn't make it any bigger than that. Wow, that was barely anything. Look at the shorts though. That looks sick. That looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. You're definitely gonna have some heads turning, that's for sure. You're definitely gonna have some heads turning because people are gonna be like, "What is that?" GameStop predicts the prices. Oh, not really, not really. But you know, sometimes um, I said I would reach over and open something, so I'm opening up this Temporal Forces blister. Um, I don't know. They definitely don't predict prices. It seems like they're trying their best to predict something that's just under market because everything has been, you know, that Chaos Rising price at $300 is them trying to predict the market and trying to assume that, or just trying to predict the market in a sense where they could just be right under market and still make sales and make money. But I think it's clearly obvious to us that they got Chaos Rising wrong. But I think they're just trying to take advantage, you know. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. They're trying to just really corner the market and you know for the common collector that likes to go to GameStop. They're trying to make sure that they can make as much on that because you know GameStop doesn't have the average deal that your average LGS store has. That's I can promise you they have just like Walmart and Target. These companies have much bigger deals. I got no hits. Damn, that sucks, bro. I mean, I didn't get anything great from Brilliant Stars. I'll tell you that. The GameStop model is what it is. I grabbed a couple of Sunday Heroes ETBs for 100. That's what I'm saying. If you can get that, if you're getting something that's under market, I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad move to pick that up. I opened up a pack of Temporal, got an EX. Temporal Forces is another set that doesn't have the easiest pull rates, and I never get anything good. Like I never actually pull anything good myself. Like I have a few of those Ghastlies, but it's because I went out of my way and bought them myself. Um, I never get anything good. I mean, I feel like I don't have much luck opening sets overall. If you talk to Reverend Rips, though, it's clear that he is the one with the hot hands. This guy, man, this guy pulls everything. I'll tell you what, if you try to open something and didn't pull it, it's because Reverend Rips opened it. That's all I gotta say. This guy, man, you guys have no idea. This guy is able to just pull things at all times. I don't understand it. Let's see something here. Just trying to see if I can. No. Do they pop up here? Let's see. Yeah, but that won't be the current live. I'm trying to see if I could just. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, I guess I got to learn how to do it, huh? Trying to get to my live chat on through the YouTube studio so that I could at least um so that I can show you guys the emotes how they look in the chat is what I really wanted to do. Uh what's this? Start a poll. No. Yeah, these are the emotes right here. That's one. Supposed to be like the sleeper set, supposed to be like an exploding set, and then the hype. The hype. Just having fun with it. Just having fun with it. There is one emoji, emote, whatever you want to call it, left that I wanted to share with you guys so that you guys can let me know if you guys have any ideas. You guys want that to be something else for those that do become members at some point. Rayquaza is going to be the set for me. Yeah, I think so. After Ascended Heroes, when Ascended Heroes no longer becomes uh, justifiable for people to buy, I guess you could say, and it reaches a price point where they're just going to hold back, unless there are other um, opportunities out there for different sets at the time, depending on what's hot and what's being talked about, because that drives the market so much. I think there are going to be a lot of people holding on to capital and just piling up capital, so that when that Rayquaza set comes out, they'll dump it all on that set. Because a lot of people already don't want Chaos Rising. A lot of people aren't really excited about Darkrai set, even though Darkrai is really cool. And then the 30th anniversary, I think that most people realize that it'll take like 5 years for that set to really matter again. Just like the 25th celebrations matters now that this set is coming out, right? Now that we're reaching the 30th anniversary, and now it's finally going to matter that you have some of the celebrations product, because for a long time it was really cheap and really affordable. So I don't think that the 30th is going to be really, really valuable up until a few years down the line. Now, if you can get them for MSRP, like really cheap, that's a whole different story. Pile them up, put them away in your closet, forget about them, and let them gain value, once the next anniversary set comes around. But then right after that, Rayquaza is the only real thing that people are going to be targeting, that you see real potential in. Then again, we haven't seen a card yet, but even Mega Rayquaza has always gotten a lot of love. So that Rayquaza set's probably going to do good. They predict the price. It seems so much over MSRP, but eventually the prices at GameStop become a deal if you hold. I mean, that's with anything though. But I just hope that they give us a few more fair prices, because They just overdo it. Like, we know that they are very profitable. We can see the stocks; they're open to the public, you know. So, GameStop also pre-ordering a First Partner 2. Are you excited for the First Partner 2? Because they don't have any Gen 1. They do have the Cyndaquil, Totodile, and Chikorita, but I don't know if that one's gonna get that much love. It might. I could be wrong. Could be just, well, it's hard to tell in this bull run, right? Because in this hype market, like, everything looks like a good buy. Everything's expensive. Everything looks like it was every single thing, every single item out there looks like it was a good play. This is so weird. It's popping up for me like this and not with the emoji. Let me know if you guys see the emoji in the chat when you're doing it. Now when you're doing it, sorry, when I put it in, see, let me know if it came up that way. Let me know if the mic is well. Is the mic good? Is it too low? I don't know what's going on. Well, I'm excited to wait outside the store for the drop next Friday, as long as people don't cut in line and the person next to you is talking. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Dealing with those lines seems to be a little bit of a problem. I just saw as of today, I saw somebody was sitting in his car. At least this person was present. That's all I can say. He was sitting in his car. He had his chair already there, but he had not left. He was in his car. He was just there. But I guess he decided that he'd be more comfortable in the car. Somebody moved his chair. He pulled up with the car, came out the car with a gun, and said, "Don't touch my shit." And then put the chair back. And I guess he must have got back in his car. But the fact that he came out with a gun, like, that's ridiculous. Like, at that point, just call the cops. Get him out of here. You don't deserve to have the right to own a gun because you want to pull it out on somebody because they moved your lawn chair or beach chair when they thought you weren't there. And if you wouldn't have been there, it would have been the right thing to do because you're not there. Just sent 2 more submissions to CGC and 1 to PSA. Well, I guess you'll be having something coming back from CGC really soon. But hopefully you do well. What'd you send? I think that Twilight is going to start pumping soon, since they will compare to Chaos Rising. See, Twilight is bigger with Eevee. Yeah, Eevee is definitely the difference maker between the two sets. I 100% agree on that. Just to look at, let's see. We can actually compare them side by side ourselves. Another thing I noticed about this Collectrix website that I was showing you guys, this site, even though it is cool, right? I do like it. There's no Japanese here either. Yeah, no Japanese, which I'm not a fan of. So let's see just to compare, high to low, near mint, just in case prices change with that. Ninja Spinner. And this is why I should be. Why is that coming up like that? All right, fine. It'll have to be. And I wrote Ninja, not Ninja Spinner. What site has them? I forgot. And I still found them in price charting. Why did it not come up the first time? All right, so number, include variants, exclude variants, exclude sealed for now. Does it show us? I thought it would give me. Oh, there you go. Here we go. High to low. Same. All right, here we are. So now we can compare the two, right? We have the Greninja at the top, of course, in, I guess, competition with the gold. That's at 520. The regular SIR or SAR is at 305, and the Greninja is at 360. The one thing that this Greninja does have that the new one doesn't, is time. It's been in the market for some time now, and it's at $360. So that's not bad whatsoever. 169 for the Perrin. I'm so surprised this card is here. I'm not gonna lie. in the English market, we've seen so many times that the trainer galleries, I mean, the trainers themselves don't do well. And this one's at 170. I don't know if it's because it has a Growlithe, is it? Because it's connecting card. Maybe it's that. But I'm really surprised. Even the Carmine at $70. But let's move on with our little test here. The Eevee, right? And next to that will be the Cinccino. And after that, we have the full art for Greninja at 26. And then below that, there really isn't too much left to offer. Some people do say that they like the Mega Dragalge as their favorite, but I don't absolutely love this card. This Mega Floette looks like a Pokemon Go image, which I don't love. These trainer cards are okay, I guess. Does this one have any Pokemon in it at least? This one? It does have a Floette. Okay. That's cool at least. Um, Aside from that, though, the only ones that I do see with potential are the Froakie in English, of course, and the Frogadier, being that they're connected arts, going from being in the water to jumping, and then the Mega Greninja there. Then the Xerneas surprises at $6.50. The Xerneas is actually really nice. I think it'll be more appreciated in English, and the Ampharos as well, really nice too. The Fennekin is going to be the ETB promo, I believe. The Chespin is nice. I think some of these cards are going to do better in English. And then looking at Twilight, we do have some cards here that have a little bit more value. The Hisuian Growlithe, one of the smaller cards that have decent value. The Blood Wounds to Learn is an SIR, but it's just $40. Nothing too insane, but still more than that Cinccino, I believe. What was Cinccino at? 40? Oh, pretty exact, actually. Pretty close. 2-cent difference. Okay. We'll have to see what they do in English. They might be a lot more expensive in English, guys. Do not be surprised. This Chansey is also really, really nice. I'm not going to lie. Chansey is really nice. Tetsuguri is decent. The Snitcha, it's okay. The Pinsir is really nice, in my opinion. This Infernape is really nice. I can't believe these two are actually this cheap. And this card, the Dipplin, they're decent. The Frostlass is decent as well. It's a pretty nice set, in my opinion. Some people like to hate on it as well, but just as it isn't as action packed as some of the other ones, but still pretty deep, deeper than most people realize. And this set is going to be a lot smaller, so that's the battle that it really has that I see here. It's going to be a much smaller set in comparison to the much bigger Twilight Masquerade. Is where the problem is really going to lie. That's going to determine value here, I think. It's just not much of a deep set. Best Buy has a new no chair policy going national. Empty chairs do not hold spots in line. Nice. I'm happy about that. But here's the question to you: is somebody going to come outside and check once in a while to see if chairs are empty? Like, are they really going to do that? What I really want to know is how are they going to enforce it? Because just to say that you're not allowed to have empty chairs doesn't mean that people aren't still going to do it. It doesn't mean that people aren't going to line up at 1 a.m. maybe or 6 a.m., whatever they do, sit in their cars, and then hop on the line 30 minutes later. 30 minutes before they open. So I don't know. They're dropping the Prismatic UPC May 22nd. Who is they? Best Buy? Pokemon needs a Gyarados Society. Yeah, I think a lot of people need that. I would love that. Starter Pack 3 will be the best. We'll have to see what they bring to the table. I hope it's nice. I really do, man. I'm only buying Gen 1 first partner promos. Yeah. They got really expensive pretty fast. Like $30 for that Charmander that there are a lot of copies of. Like, there are a lot of those. Or even more expensive now. Who knows? Let's see. First partner Charmander. I'm searching up. If I can find it. TCG player. Nope, wrong one. Wrong card. Here we go. I at least found it here. Yeah. Even more. Even more. About $40 ungraded. 40 ungraded, 225 and a 10. This card is not like hard to find. It's not. It's a nice card. It's Charmander. I know it's probably the favorite of the 3 starters, but it's not hard to find, and it's already at $40. Pretty crazy. I think in the chair, in the car, it's okay. If you're leaving the chair and leaving for hours, that's a no. But that's what they're doing. The reason the person moved that chair that led to him pulling out his gun was that he left and he was gone for a long time. So people were like not putting up with it, and they decided, you know what? We're gonna get rid of this chair. I don't blame them. I really don't. PSA is my grid consignment stuff, so not worried about out of pocket. I sent some vintage to CGC. Oh, you did mention that. You did mention that you were going to be looking into the vintage. Man, you know, I wish I was like somebody who knew how to create websites and do stuff like this, because from the like investing side and the collecting side, I know what I'd want to see here. I would definitely add some things in here. I want to see something. You see how he had that, like, even the way he had that list where he had the charts moving, like I think he should have had like every set showing the raw to PSA value with the graph, or this should have been on a list instead of just squares of each individual card. He does have this though, which I do like. Card leaderboard, right? So on this list, and this is the part where I clicked on and my computer kept freezing. So let's see what happens again. So here he has what it seems to be the biggest gains with grading. So going from the raw value of $536 up to 5,560, you have a 940% gain from versus raw PSA 10 to raw, which is, it's pretty nice, of course. But this is a nice list to have. Just looking at the cards that give you the most value with grading, and you could potentially find a play here somewhere. Of course, a lot of these cards and up here like are really expensive in the raw value, but you could scroll down and just keep looking for cards that are actually at some point look decently profitable, right? And affordable. So like this one, what is this at 108? I guess this Charizard from Obsidian Flames is doing really well in the PSA 10, $108 to 642, 590%. Not bad there either. And it gives you the gem rate as well at the end here. So this list right here, I do like. And I always tell you guys, you know, I like to use things for what they are, like what they're good for. Like every tool, regardless of what it is, I use it for what it's good for. TCG player, I follow the sealed market. Singles there you can follow as well, but I think eBay is a better place to be looking at singles, just because people are actually auctioning there. They're giving you better offers as compared to like a TCG player where people have to buy at that price without even having the choice to give you a better offer or auctioning. And Napt, what's going on, bro? Welcome, man. What's up? So yeah, I think the site's pretty cool. Once again, this list is really nice. I think it allows you to find some plays that, you know, if you want to look into a single to buy, like you can see cards here that are worth grading that you'd be profitable with, right? The Tyrannosaurus at $67. If you can find a good clean one, it's at 18.5% gem rate, $627. Pretty nice is what you're profiting. It is a 694 out of 10, right? So like cards like that, like this one's a 39. The routes from Scarlet and Violet, more affordable plays that you can make some money on, something to search for when you look at on this list. But I mean, it's so hard, you know. Naturally, what you would do is you would look at the chart and see how the prices are fluctuating. And if the card has been absolutely blowing up, it'd probably be a card that you want to stay away from. But if it's just one that just started blowing up, you could actually think about grading, because you're going to get them back in months, and hopefully maybe you catch it close to the top. But when something has already boomed, you clearly would stay away from it. But right now, everything is just booming. So it's hard to tell what will be the best play. What, you know, what's the value of the card going to be, let's say 6 months down the line, because PSA is insane with returning your cards, right? We don't know what the market's going to be like 6 months from now. We're in April. What is it going to be like in October? We saw what last October was like. It was not good. right? Things were slowing down, pulled back, singles pulled back, sealed pulled back. You know, big deal. Roxy, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream, brother. Um, so yeah, you never know what they're going to be worth, but if, like I said, if it's a card that has not been skyrocketing, like let's say this big Porygon right here, that little chart looked kind of flat. This card isn't exactly like doing anything too crazy. It did have this jump at the beginning of April, like every other single. It's been flat throughout the month a little. Maybe a play for that one there. Things like that. Like just trying not to be too risky. Try to make a play that makes sense. But once again, cool site. You can find decent opportunities here. Looking at price points, the return, the value out of 10, and even gem rates at the end, like I said before. And yeah, so pretty cool site. So I will be using that site to look for opportunities. I don't know how long that list will even go. Will it go till the worst? If I didn't even try that, I didn't try to go that far down. Right, like if I go to card leaderboard, how far down can I go? How far down is this list going to go? I didn't. I would love to know, but I will, dive deeper into this whole thing, and maybe be able to pull out some nice plays for you guys before things go crazy. DJ's Poke Center, what's going on, bro? I saw you streaming earlier. I could not make it though. I was with the family. Um, Popped in and say what's up though. And drop you a like. What's going on, man? Um, but yeah, you know, if you're going to be grading, I think that this site has something nice to offer there when it comes to the card leaderboard right here. When you click up here, and then again, like I said before, you have the sets here that it determines which has the gem rates. Right, this is a really high gem rate. Ascended Heroes, and you see how I had that list before for the card leaderboard. I wish that just came up here, but let's see. Can I filter that out here? Can I filter by set? No, just rarities, which is odd. You see that? Like that's odd. Like it is a really relatively new website, but it's odd. I feel like that should be here. Whatever I ascended heroes. Let's see. I am typing with one hand, guys. I have a bar on my right, on my left hand. I mean, well, all the cards. Okay, nope, that did not. Nope, it didn't work. I saw cards load up and I thought it worked. Yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by, bro. I appreciate it, man. We're just hanging out. Just trying to have a good time on a Saturday night. I didn't have time to make a video. I was out with the family, went to a park. Goddaughter wanted to feed birds and squirrels and stuff with nuts. And then we went out, had some food. DL's cards, what's going on, bro? I'm awake. So am I. It is Saturday night. I do not want to go to sleep anytime soon. But, the body will be the one that truly decides. So, yeah. I don't know if you guys saw this guy. I forgot what his name was on YouTube. Scientist dad. That's, I don't know. I don't know. Poke scientist. I don't know what his name was, but he made this site, and he like blew up. Like his YouTube channel blew up instantly, just with this site alone. Site's cool, especially for it to just have started. Yeah, you've seen him. It just started, and maybe he'll make some tweaks here and there because it's definitely there's some things that I feel like it really needs. But so far, so good for a site that's this new. Once again, I try to use every tool I can at my disposal, and I think you guys should be doing the same. We always get into that conversation when we talk about like these portfolio apps, the collector app, the shiny app. I would just use that to see where my collection is at, see how much I've spent, and leave it there. There's nothing else for me to do with those apps, in my opinion. I do know that Double Hollow is also a relatively new site, which I also want to dive into a little more and see if it's really worth even really messing around on the site, because there's so many people coming up with different things now that you don't really know where, like, which one to use, what's worth it or not. So I'll have to dive into Double Hollow a little more. There's a lot of people promoting it. They have a lot of other creators, like Instagram guys, that are pushing this site, that probably played a part in putting this site together. Um, so what's going on with this thing? Is it the wrong? You have to sign into Double Hollow to like use it. I don't know what's up. I can't figure out none of my logins today. What's going on here? All right, I'm gonna leave that thing alone. Double Hollow will be dove into in the future later on down the line, because I'm not gonna keep fighting with this thing whatsoever. Oh, that was that. Okay. But yeah. So what's up, guys? Anything you guys are actually interested in right now? Anything you guys are looking into right now? Anything that I don't mention? I would love to hear about it. Anything at all. We all have different perspectives. We're looking at different things. Even Inept, he brings up cards in the Discord that he's looking at, like promos and things like that. We're not all looking at the same thing. Sometimes there are things that you're looking at, and there's so much stuff out there that you get distracted and you forget that one thing that you were looking for. And now, there's I just bought some cards the other day that Inept reminded me about, because I had forgot about them. There's just so much going on, guys. Like it's almost too much to keep up. Hey, you know what I'm pumping? Pumping baby shiny Sprigatito. Yo. You know what? I am gonna bring it up here. But I'm not gonna lie. I've been eyeing not just a Sprigatito, all three starters, because they're all promos. I want to make sure that this is the card you're talking about. No, not set, product type, card. Tell me you're talking about this card right here. I'm buying promos and alt arts. Damn, you're going hard with the alt arts. Everything is just pumping so much, and it's like everybody is buying promos. Like, these things are not cheap anymore. This card was, you know how cheap this card was? Just this year alone, this is clearly a pump. I don't know this card. You know what? I'm sorry. I saw this $52 price point, and for some reason I thought it was close to the market price, and it's not. It's a $5 card. I am at some point going to be buying this card. Then I want to buy all three. Like quite a few copies of every single one. Right? And then you have the Fuecoco one, which is this one. It's like a little pink instead of red. And then you have the Quaxley. Quaxley one with there you go. And now they each, if I am correct, I believe that they are, like, the whole evolution line is a promo. What is the Florigato? Is what it was. Product type, card. I think this one is also, here we go. So I want to get the whole lineup, and the whole evolution line for all three are promos. And then the third evolution, which would be Meowscarada, Skeledirge, and Quaquaval, are all full arts, but are promos. Like traditional full arts, not actual cards. Like, it's not like an illustration at all. It's just a regular full art, but they're all three of them are promos. I think at some point in the future, being that they're in the shows now, I don't know how far in the future they'll be valuable. I think they're cool to pick up while they're really, really cheap. Yeah, those are the ones. Prismatic tin displays. You're buying the actual displays? You're buying the displays, or you're buying the promos from the displays? You want to hear something funny? What's funny is that, of course, I'm like so much into YouTube that not YouTube Pokemon, that we talk about all this stuff and we talk about grading. And last week, or this past week, I ran into this guy that kept wearing PSA shirts, like on the train. I seen him twice, and the guy ended up talking to him. He happens to grade at PSA, and apparently, I can go over from New York to New Jersey and Jersey City, I guess, at their building, and you can grade cards in person, which is pretty cool, I think. Litten promo. Which Litten promo? This one? I love these. The General Mills ones with those, like, that weird. I don't know what that is in the background. It looks really cool though. I love the General Mills promos. Which promo are you talking about? There's two here. Sorry, there's three, four, quite a few. Litten is a pretty cool Pokemon though. I'm not gonna lie. Mega Evolution. Sun and Moon. Temporal and Broken Bonds. I don't see it here. I do not see it. Sun and Moon, Sun and Moon. Oh, wait. This card. I mean, it is a very, very nice card. I didn't know that it was going to say. I keep forgetting. I didn't realize there were promos as well, like Black Star promos. What's your opinion on Pokemon Center Tohoku Hiroshima for Coco boxes? I don't even know how to say that's wrong. Clearly, is it a good to buy now? It's low right now. I remember when they were getting released, the cheapest one was like $175, and I think that was the Victini one. For sure, it wasn't the Gyarados one. I don't even know what are they doing right now. I hate that it does that. 223 has pulled back from that 236 in the last 3 months. Wow. TCG player was wild with this stuff because on eBay it was definitely a lot cheaper. But everybody wants the Gyarados one. Shiny Gyarados is just shiny Gyarados. Um, you know what? Just looking at, it's hard to not think that these products are going to do well because all of the other exclusive Japanese boxes like these have all done well. So it looks like the price hasn't moved too much. This Gyarados box was always about $220. Looking at them on eBay and stuff like that in the past because I wanted to buy some. But it's hard for me. It's hard for me to not see these boxes do well. All of those exclusive Japanese promos from the past have done well. So very, very hard not to see them still doing well. I think that if you have them, they're a good hold. What is this card? What is this card? What is sorry guys. Let me see. Trying to see if I can find the actual card. Oh, here we go. See, at the moment, and on top of that, keep in mind, no one is thinking about this card right now whatsoever. But Raw is at $173, and a PSA 10 value is 489. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie at all. I think that it's worth for some people that can afford. I think it's even worth buying the PSA 10. If the raw value is at $173, has been flat, has actually pulled back from that insane 350 when it first came out. It has pulled back all the way down to 173. Yeah, I don't know. Sold listings 238, 190. This by far is clearly the best one. Everybody likes Gyarados. It's the best one. Got other Pokemon behind it. Tinkerbell, Tickatuff, Score Bunny, The other boxes, of course, are a little cheaper, but I still think, just looking at what history has told us is that these do well, you know? And that was for this right here. I forgot to click on the comment. Pikachu stamp, yeah. About the same, 550 to 600 for all three. Yeah. So the prices haven't really changed much. But like I said before, I don't even know what the other ones are called. What are the other ones called? There's so many of them out there. What if I just write Pikachu Japanese? What comes up? Of course, it would have been insane if you would have gotten a full art card like one of these. Yeah, it would have been crazy. But I think these cards are actually about to come up. So look at these here. Look. Of course, this one's special. It's got the Charizard outfit on there. It's really, really cool. But historically, these have done really well. PSA 10, $3,100, 429 ungraded. In January, this is what I'm talking about. In January of 2023, October of 2022, the ungraded card was worth $59, while the PSA 10 was 310. And of course, it took some time. It took years, and this is what you want. This is what I would do. I would hold that. I don't see a world where that doesn't do well long term. Just going off of historic prices with the other ones, the other exclusive cards. So that's that one. Here's this one. Ungraded 125, PSA 10 443. How long has this one been around? Just August of 2025. That's still really. Oh, that's a Tohoku one. What am I talking about? So that's still really new. Let's look at what the other ones. There are a lot of other ones. There's one where he's with like a woman, like a mate. I don't know what she is. What do you call them? I love this promo right here. It looks so cool. Where are they? Come on, guys. Oh, here's one. $375, 2,562 and a 10. Took years, of course, but the value was there down the line, right? Let's see. Look at one more example because there are many. Here's one. I've seen this one a ton. $100 ungraded, PSA 10. Oh no, this one's new. Is this one new as well? What is this one? I haven't seen this one. Actually, I'm wrong. There's another one where Pikachu's in an outfit, but it's out there. Still gonna see if I see it. Fukoku with the Latias one. That's a Latias box. Shibuya. How new is this one? But yeah, even the half arts on some of these other ones. There's one specific one that I'm looking for that I've seen a ton of. But just a lot of these cards. This is 237. Tohoku, is this from another year? It must be because it says 2023. Right? Like this is a good example, I guess, because this is Tohoku one. It was 300 at a PSA 10, $43 raw. We're now at 237 raw at 1,289. I mean, you see what I mean. I think this will do well. Shibuya. In the Philippines, those boxes are 400 to 450 USD per set. That's crazy. Oh, per set. That sounds pretty good. If it's the whole set, for us should be like $600, like said earlier, like Mel said earlier. 450, that's 100 to $150 difference. I mean, I don't know what your financial situation looks like, but yeah, I think those are gonna do well, honestly. Are all the new gold cards what's up, Karma? Are all the new gold card right now are on an all-time low? Is it time to buy them? All gold cards, all the new. Listen, they could be at all-time lows, and I know that they have been, like, pulling back in comparison to what they were at when we first got them, but the only danger there like this at least this site will show this, I was looking here, I was showing this, the number 1 most profitable card right now is the Mega Charizard, Y, that this site says, and then the Mega Charizard as well. Um, I don't know, man. These cards, people, what really bugs me is that people didn't really like gold cards before. Now, out of nowhere, these new gold cards come out and people like them. And I don't even know if they actually like them or they like the value of the card. Like, look at how much this pulled back. This pulled back a decent amount, 641 to 351. This one pulled back a decent amount. I didn't think it would pull back that much. Like, that surprised me, right? And then if we look at the ones in Mega Evolution, the Gardevoir and the Lucario also pulled back. Lucario, what's going on? The chart is not working. All right, the Lucario chart is broken. Let's see if we click on near mint. There you go. Sometimes that does it, guys. You guys just learned the trick. Carter was at 541 in October, down to 267. They are all-time lows. I mean, it probably would be a nice time to pick them up. It depends on what you want to do with them, though, right? I think we could really, really decide on what your decision making here will be, depending on what you want to do with them. If you're trying to grade these cards, grade them now, right? If that's what you want. I'm leaning back now. Let me fix this then. If you're trying to grade the cards, I would say buy them now and grade them. That'd be my opinion. But if it's for your collection, if you're buying a single for your collection, in my opinion, wait for the bear market. The bear market, if you think sealed is cheap in the bear market, those singles are so much cheaper. It's not even funny. These prices, guys, just when people look at these cards and they're all pumping, and the reason why they weren't already at these prices is because they're all climbing from whatever price point they were at when we were in a bull market, right? When we're talking about, like, for example, Palliant Fates, nobody really valued the baby shinies like that, right? Like these cards, like these other ones, even these 3 down here, the routes even at $9. The Shinx. What was the routes a year ago? Just a year ago, 20. That's a bad example. Let's go to the others because routes is actually popular. The Shinx. I'm just trying to show that these cards that no one actually loved, you could have bought at some point for 6, even before a year ago, before the pump, right? This thing is at 10 before the pump. This thing was probably at like $4, $3. We're at double the value right now. What else? The Entei. I actually like this one. I have this one. What was it a year ago? $8. It's now 11. That's a 41% increase in the last year. What was it before in the bear market? I mean, I could look it up in price charting, but I'm trying to be quick about this. I'm not going to look at every single baby shiny. Actually, I could just look up the set. Why am I? Let's just do it. Why not? Why not? Where are we going, guys? Are we rushing somewhere? I'm home. All right. Let's see. So let's even look at the most valuable baby shiny. This full art card, for example, all was $19. We are 30. This is like pre-release prices right here. Then the card comes out, the set comes out, we get product. We're down to $9, $576. Now this card is a $30 card. Now it's $30. Pikachu at $50. Pikachu at 50, all 36, 27, pulled back at some point to 21. Really kind of rode that wave, but we're at 50 now. 56 compared to 25 or $30. Maybe at some points 40. That's a big difference. Everything is so much more expensive right now. What else? Popularity. Let's go to high to low because this thing was. I noticed it wasn't exclude variants. Right. All right. Should have let me exclude sealed. Then the Snorlax also $16. 16 bucks. We're now at 55. I don't know. That's the way I see it. If there are any singles, hopefully I can remember the singles so that I could target them one day and buy them, but for me, this is not the market for singles, guys. This market is getting so pumped. $5.88 for this Lucario. It is now 17.50. $17.50. This is all bear market stuff. Like cards that were never cared for are pumping to insane prices right now. I don't know. $10, 5, 8.53, 9.11. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. It's just sad that those cards are not full art. Yeah, the promos for sure. 100%. If we got anything like the Mario Luigi, that would have been insane. I saw a vendor with $1 million of graded and sealed booster boxes. He sold like $300. Bad day for a vendor. What? You know, if what you're saying is that he only made $300. Um, sometimes I had somebody enter the Discord. He's still there. He just doesn't talk. He said if I ever needed help when it came to like vending, he would help, which is great. Um, but one thing that he did tell me is that when you have a table with just insanely expensive stuff, a lot of the time you don't make any money because people can't afford to be spending all that money all the time. He said the real trick to it is to have very affordable cards as well as those that are expensive. We're talking $5 cards, $20 cards, $30 cards, and raw cards, and even some cheaper slabs as well, as opposed to having $3,000 or $4,000 slabs at all times. I think a lot of times, I mentioned this a lot. Greed. I think the greed really, really takes over and consumes some people and doesn't even like allow them to actually think straight. Your buyers aren't only the big buyers; they're also small buyers. So it's something to think about. It's like any other store. Unless you know for a fact that you're going to have these high rollers come to you at all times. Why wouldn't you have something for the guys that can't afford as much? I mean, it just makes sense business wise, at least. But I think that's a big thing there. Gold cards and rainbows. Which gold cards are you looking into, and what rainbows? There are some cool rainbows out there, like the Charizard rainbow is nice. Mouse hold's been going wild. This mouse hold, the shiny one over here. Let's look at that. It is. It is. It was at just $9 in January, 10 in February. We're now at $28.78. Did the PSA 10 value of the card climb up as well? Yeah, it did. It was at $50. Wow. Charizard V Star is undervalued. Which Charizard V Star? The promo or this gold? Because these right here have no value whatsoever. Paldea Baby Shiny. That Paldea evolved? Paldean? Oh, just in general. Yes, just in general. Yeah, for sure. The Mousehold has been climbing. Charizard's, Gardevoirs, Snorlaxes. The promo. Oh, this one here. Look at that at PSA 10 though. Look at the PSA 10. Look at that PSA 10. The raw value is it hasn't done much, you know? Oh, you're talking about my boy right here. Hold on. Because I love this card. Oh, the glare from the other monitor. Can't really see it. I want to get this cross graded. I think it'll get a PSA 10, to be honest. I think it will. Yeah, I love that card. This is a really cool card, and the fact that they didn't just make this card, they made the other card as well, like to go on to the opposite side of this, and then you have like other stuff going on in the background. I forgot what this is called, like the evolved form of the Tangela, like, but like just looking at the fine details in here, the little things, I think it's really cool. You know, and like I said, the fact that we have the other side, the other point of view from Crown Zenith, I think it makes this card that much more special. But yeah, every Mousehold has been pushing, like he was saying. We did talk about that earlier with Reverend Rips as well. What is this over here? Okay. Um, but yeah, a lot of things are moving, guys. Like singles in particular. Like I saw something about like a buyout here. Um, I don't know. We haven't really had many of these listed. 121 sold, 20 listed currently available. 20 available because we haven't had, people aren't ripping Ascended like they normally would. A lot of people are holding Ascended, so there's a lot of those cards that could be coming to market that are not. There's Pikachu. People were saying there's 160 of them got sold. There's only 9 left. 18 of them are bought, and then 9 the day before. I don't know if you would call that a buyout necessarily, but yeah, but at these values, I guess you could maybe. Um, but this card is pumping as well. I love it. This card looks so good. The card I was talking about earlier looks so good. But there's so much happening in the market. Like you could go to any one of these sets and something's moving dramatically. Like at least almost. I think Mega Evolution Base is one of the few sets that things aren't really, really pumping. But singles in general, IRs are just moving. I wouldn't be surprised right now if the Piplup here is moving or the Flygon maybe. And why is this thing giving me trouble loading now? I just realized. Are you making any Ray plays with the new set coming up? Um, I don't know. You know what it is? I like a lot of the older like they're half far hollow rares. I like them, but they're really hard to find in good condition, which is what sucks. And then there are other ones that are just really expensive, right? To like really try to make a play on, because now you got to now you're gonna risk it. Now you're gonna try to buy a single, then grade it after, and then things might not go as planned, and then now you're down money instead of up, and that's not the most fun thing in the world. That's just not a good feeling whatsoever. So yeah, most cards have moved, right? Like even this Meowth in the last about like 3 weeks is kind of flat, right? But still pumped from where it was before, right? At $13, came back up to 18. Um, yeah, this card is starting its way back up. Like every card, I guess in the beginning of March or something like that, like every card started moving upward. The Piplup, which I think is a really nice card to have, and great at some point. So yeah, March comes around and look, every card started pumping. Everyone. It was down what 9% at this point from the beginning of the last 3 months. And then from that 9% recovered up to 24%. So it's really more like 33% from this point right here that it's gained in that time. So cards in every set are just puppy. So that's really the thing, right? The singles, The way that the singles function is so great. Like the volatility that's there is somewhat a little scary. And I think you should feel that way because it keeps you humble, you know? You should have a little bit of fear of what the market might do so that you don't just go ahead and make any choice as if it's a for sure buy. Like there's nothing that's for sure ever. Like you never know what's going to happen. Not sure if this was talked about. Yeah, it was talked about earlier, but it's all right. Um, no, the Rayquazas, it is smart. I'll tell you what. Right now, it's almost a tad bit too late to make Rayquaza plays, even though you still could make them. We should have been making Rayquaza plays last year when these sets were leaked. That was the time to make a Rayquaza play. And that's where everything was much, much cheaper. It was about a year ago around this time where that was happening. Right. And I was looking at Rayquaza cards, but I'm gonna go back, right? Just so we can look at any card here, right? Like one of the cards that I did like. Um um there was a card. Where is it? I was talking about where's the celebrations? Like I love this card right here. What was it? Even this alone, what was this a year ago? Like look, $71 compared to the 130 right now. And then when the news came out, that's why this card started pumping last year. All the Rayquaza cards started pumping after that came out, but you still had an opportunity even at that time to get that. Um, Now, where's the 30th anniversary Rayquaza? I think this is the original from Roaring Skies, I believe. I made a video about this card. No, sorry, this is the original from Roaring Skies that I made a video about. And then you have the celebrations one, but even this card right here, the return on it at a PSA 10 is much better, and it's only what, $20 more to buy. I'd rather risk my money on this and have a much better return. But even this card alone a year ago was $34 as opposed to the 63. And now the celebrations one with the ugly stamp is at that price point that was a year ago. So we in reality, we made that mistake of not making those plays back then, you know? So you see this one here is now at what? Near mint at $41. This card with the stamp, which doesn't look better with the stamp, in my opinion, is more expensive now than that other one was a year ago, which is the original. And the return is just that much better, right? This is the Rayquaza from Celebrations. The other one, what was the number on the other one? So you guys can see 76 M Rayquaza EX. So here are them both. And here's the one at a PSA 10 sells for 1,100. This, ignore this because this doesn't include near mint. So this is what I really use price charting for. It's for the PSA 10 values. So this card is now selling for on average for $1,106 at a PSA 10. And we saw the value of the card, it was $63. This one was actually about $41 on TCG Player. Look at it at a PSA 10, $189. Why not just spend 20 more dollars, get the actual card from Roaring Skies, get yourself a near mint copy, a gradable copy, and you're gonna make 10 times more money or almost 10 times more. Uh Not even close, actually. I'm lying. 6 times more, I would say, than what this card is worth at a PSA 10 for $20 more. I think that's worth a play if that's what you wanted to do. Finding this card for about $63, which is what we saw on TCG Player, to then go ahead and try to grade it. If you can grade it at a PSA 10, if it is a good card, yeah, that plays like that. Let's see after 5+ years, because I think there's so many people just holding their Ascended Hero sealed products. They are, but in the process of those 5 years going on, most of the people are probably going to let go of that product at some point. I promise you. Some people are just going to sit there think to themselves, I've had this product for like 2 to 3 years. I want to realize some gains. I want to get rid of this product. It's sitting in my house. It's taking up all this space. Or somebody may say, hey, I need to pay this bill. I need to move some product. Ascended Heroes goes right out the window. Things happen. Things happen all the time. I bought 3 rays from Dragon Exalted for $3 each. That's insane. Not the full art. Yeah, but even the other ones, where is it? Did I close it? Oh, here we go. Even the other ones that aren't full arts, that are like half arts, are still expensive. So even on the first page, you said Dragons Exalted, right? Yeah. Dragons Exalted. Here we go. Look. Secret rare. I'm just giving you an example. I know this is not the one you got. Um, there's another Dragons Exalted one here somewhere. Holland Phantoms. This kind of looks like the Gold Star one. It looks like the Gold Star one. Just the Gold Star one is better. Holland Phantoms, though. Let's see, where's that at? Dragons Exalted is a full art right here. Now where is it? Dragons Exalted. Just trying to find it. Blister from Dragon's Vault. This card right here, is this the one you're talking? No, this is Dragon's Vault again. Yeah, I don't know. Where's this card? Set. There we go. Boom. Ultra rare. The ultra rare here and the secret rare. Which one of these? You talking about this one, maybe? This is a really nice one as well. Pretty cool card as well. Ray versus AA from Roman Skies is looking really good. Hasn't really pumped last few months, I think. Evolving Skies has, I think the last I heard, Evolving Skies was moving, like the singles themselves. The Ray, yeah, the Ray is moving. It was moving. It was at 712. It's now at 778. Sold for $900. 3 months ago in January, it was 664. Right? I know I'm not going crazy. The Ray, yeah, this thing is no, it moved. It moved. I mean, it's expensive. It's a. I don't even think that. I think the other Rayquaza is better, but it's fine. It still is a really nice card, and it's really expensive in a 10. But the volume is picking up a bit. It has been. It looks like in at least the last month, in comparison to what it was 3 months ago, right? Total sold 11 in the last month. 3 months, 28. That's a decent amount. More than a third. Nothing too crazy though. My nephew had like 10 Ray Rays and I threw them in the garbage 10 years ago. Oh my God. What are your go-to snacks slash protein? Um, man, I don't know. As of late, I've been liking smoothies, like protein smoothies, like with banana, peanut butter, granola, things like that. Um, Especially since I just started working out again, like 3 weeks ago. I started hitting the gym again. It's been a long time since I hit the gym actually, but now I'm back at it. Gotta get healthy. Gotta feel good. The ultra rare. Where were we? Did I leave it that quickly? It doesn't even matter. It's all right. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. The ultra rare was one to write the half art, which I said was pretty cool. This card I've never owned clearly, and I never bought. I love this card. I said all the time, Dragonite is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. This is a beautiful card. Uh, and I'll probably never own it, which is pretty cool because I don't know if I'll be able to justify spending $400 on a single card. I'd rather spend that on a booster box, to be honest. That's just me, you know? Yeah, not VMAX V. I got you. The V. That's the one. That's so you're talking about the one that I like. The V. This is the better card in my opinion. This card is amazing. I love this art. Love this card. Love it. No, this one has not been moving. It has not. Last month, it's actually down a little bit or close to down. It's only up 0.24%. $285 sold for 310. Most recently sold. Man, yeah. Clearly one of the more affordable cars that are nice in Evolving Skies. Um, I really, really like that card. You know what's funny? My nephew just called me. Was it when was it? Today Sat. I just FaceTimed my nephew yesterday. He found this Umbreon V like mixed in with some of his old cards, and he could not remember how he got it, where he got it, if it was good, if it was real. He didn't know if it was fake. I had to FaceTime him and like help him figure out whether this card was real or not. I had him like compare the blues in the back to his other original cards, compare the texture on the card to other cards that he had there. And apparently, it turns out that he had a real Umbreon V sitting, probably mixed in with some bulk somewhere. Who knows? It's pretty crazy that he found that card. Do you have a binder? No, I don't. What I have is a lot of ETB boxes, and I have all my cards in either sleeves or double sleeved and in a top loader. So they're all in ETBs. Like I got an ETB with just Japanese illustration rares and SARs, and then I have like a whole bunch of full arts. I have a ETB box with promos in there, you know, and just all kinds of pulls I've had, whether they're illustration rares, SIRs, or whatever they are. Like the ones that are sitting there and those ETBs are the ones that I don't believe will be PSA 10s like at all. And then I have another box here of SIRs and IRs that I believe could either potentially be a 10 or, like, in my opinion, are a 10 for sure. But I don't have a binder. You were saying, do I have a binder to show it off? Yeah, I don't have a binder. Like I said, I just have the ETBs and cards that I believe uh, can do well if I grade them and things like that. I don't know. I've never I guess, gone out and bought a binder for some reason. I just take the ETBs and I put them in there, which I don't know. Um, don't really feel the need to have a binder. I like to like divide the things that way. Um, but you never know. I might get a nice binder and like nice like a Voltex binder, maybe like a custom one with one of those cool designs on it, and just have some nice cards in there. Wouldn't be a bad idea whatsoever. Umbreon V over the Umbreon V over the VMAX and Ray V over the VMAX. Hot take. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, this you know what's nice about this card? It's the color. The color makes Umbreon pop so much. Like this is a really really nice color here, and it makes him pop so well. The card is nice. It is a nice card, but I can see how you could like this Umbreon better. This is also a really really nice card. Like really nice. So I could see that there. I don't. I would have a hard time picking between the two. Is what I'm saying for the Umbreons. For the Rayquazas though, easily the V for me. For me, such an easy pick, right? And then now, if you go into the other cards here, like the Evolutions, now I'm having once again a much harder time. Out of all the Evolutions, my favorites are Glaceon and Espeon, even though they're all amazing. And like Sylveon, I love as well. Same with Leafeon. But like this Glaceon, this is a cool card here. Like, how could you not like this card? It's in its environment. It's just chilling. Like, it's so cool, right? And then, of course, the VMAX also looks really cool. And look at this TCG player with its loading again. I hate TCG player for this sometimes. It like doesn't load properly. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. And I love that there are little Pokemon here like the Pikachu, the Marrow, Azumarill, things like that. Just a cool card. I love this one as well. Same thing with the other ones, like the Espeon with the books full. Like this is so cool too. This art right here with the cards floating around, sick. I love the design. I love the idea, the concept of a psychic Pokemon just doing all this right here. So cool. And then, of course, we don't have the VMAX in this set, but the VMAX is in Fusion Strike, which is really nice. And then the Sylveon also, like, I have, like, when it comes to the evolutions, I would have such a hard time if you said, like, pick between the two, maybe between the Leafeons, I would pick this Leafeon, the VMAX. But then the Sylveon, Glaceon, and Espeon, I would have a hard time trying to pick between the V and the VMAX. Like, these are really nice cards. You know, like to try to pick between the two, yeah, it's a hard pick for me. Really hard pick. I don't have a binder either. Yeah, I just haven't felt the need, honestly, to get a binder. But at some point, I'll get a binder and put my collection, my collectible cards in there, the ones that I really, really like. Like they don't even have to be wall centered, you know? Like bro, I had the day off when Chaos Rising Pokemon Center went live. Waited here on the phone for 4 hours and didn't get a thing, never again. Damn, that sucks. I hope you're using the Google Chrome app on your phone, because that tends to work much better than the Safari app on the phone. I don't know if you're using an iPhone or now. I would assume, but I was able to get the Pokemon Center ETBs. I could not get the booster box. Like something tends to go wrong sometimes for me. I don't know what it is. You know, the Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center ETBs, the second drop, I was on there for whatever time I was. And I think I might have had like a minute left, like something really like I was so close. And then the whole thing refreshed, kicked me out back of the line, and I never got them. So you're not alone in having all these mishaps with the Pokemon Center website. Don't give up. Yeah, listen, I would say the same. Don't give up. It's not worth it. It is very much worth getting a lot of these exclusive Pokemon Center products at MSRP. And on top of that, giving yourself the one of the very few opportunities you're going to have to get a booster box at MSRP, right? Espeon V for me, yeah, the Espeon V is pretty cool, but like Fusion Strike, the Fusion Strike Espeon is also really nice. Whoa, oh, nice! I was already here. Beautiful. Yeah, the Fusion Strike Espeon is really nice. Really nice card as well. But maybe, yeah, I could see the V being better. But I personally would have a tough choice. And it's like the only one that's sleeping too. Like really cool card. I love it. Not even close. Then the Leafeon VMAX, yeah, that for sure for me. Mooreon looks like something my 8-year-old nephew would draw. Possibly. I could see that as well. Like I said before, I could see that. I could see myself choosing the V over the VMAX when it comes to the Umbreons. But they're both really nice, to be honest. Like that color that the Umbreon VMAX has, I love that color. Espeon by Salsa is my favorite of the evolutions. Salsa, is that the V? Just because I don't know the artist like that. Let's see. I'll take the time to look. It won't hurt. Is this the one? Oh, that has to be this one. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I like this card a lot. I remember making a video about this card when it was like 100 and something dollars. I made a video about a few cards. Look, 136, 39, 40, and you never know, right? You never know when you're gonna get it right. But yeah, there are cards here that you could potentially see plays on some other cards here, right? Like the Umbreon full art here. Any of these full arts, being Gyarados, Glaceon, the further in time we move ahead, like the more you're gonna see that you're gonna have that much of a heart. Like for example, look at Sun and Moon. You look for Sun and Moon cards, they're so hard to find at like a near mint condition. You know, we're gonna get to that point eventually where those Sword and Shield cards are going to be that much harder to find at a good condition. So you have like these full arts here. You have the rainbows. You have the full art Umbreon here. You got the Rayquaza. Did this Rayquaza pump already? Hasn't been pumping. Not too much, guys. Not too much. A year ago it was $22. So even with that pump, it's at 31. This could be a play for a full art Rayquaza to try to move during the Rayquaza set release. This could be a move. The Rayquaza full art from Evolving Skies. So you could look into that. What is the? Let's look it up together. Actually, 193. Rayquaza V 193. Let's look it up on. What was the number on it again? I already forgot it. I'm falling asleep. 193. Here we go. Let's see the PSA 10 value. 177. Has it been moving? It has. It's been moving, guys. The card last year was at $74, 77, came up to 192, pulled back, and it's now back on the way up. It's at 177. You may see this card at, you know, market value with the PSA 10 at like 200. Right now we got 177 for a price chart. But look at the recently solds. 198, basically 200. It was listed at 220 for this one. Got the best offer at 180, 175, 185, 190. So this card might be a play. Falling Skies, full art might be a play right there. But yeah, these cards eventually will also gain value, just like that Rayquaza. As a full art, the Gyarados Rainbow, especially if a set gets released. The Umbreon VMAX Secret as well. Just all of these cards here that right now are kind of underrated. Could potentially be a play for the future. This Umbreon VMAX, I'm surprised it hasn't gotten like much more expensive. But you have all these other full arts as well, right here, that are probably going to continue to get more expensive. They probably already have been climbing, right? I would have to assume that they're climbing already, or they have been. Yeah, look, they all start to pump at some point. It was $14 in May of last year. Cards pumping. Surprised, like I said, that other Umbreon isn't more expensive. I think the 30th set is overhyped. It may just be reprints with some unique cards with stamps, but who knows if it's like Generations or Celebrations. This is something that I said before. Somebody, everybody has their opinion, but there have been times where, I always tell you guys what I feel, what I think, whether I like something or not. It's I give you my real opinion. And I said before that Celebrations was like a dud. It's dull. What do you really have in there that's really good? Aside from the Greninja promo, it's necessarily not even part of the set. It's a promo. What else is in there? Just cards being printed again with a 30th stamp on it. They're not even like original cards. Now, Generations, now that was an anniversary set. That was it. Now, if we get a Generations style, oh my God. Yeah, man. If we get a Generations style set, that is going to be expensive. That is going to be one to like really buy into. Looking at the difference between Generations cards, right? Look at this, guys. Like, you cannot compare Celebrations to this. Like, this Pikachu card, I love this card right here. Amazing card. Um, the Gardevoir is also really nice as well. That's shiny with the regular one together. That's so cool. The Sylveon with the Eevee as well, really, really nice. And these Evolutions right here look so cool. So cool right here, these cards. So just blows Celebrations out of the water. And then you look at other things here that are really, really nice as well. You have these other half art cards, the Radiant collection, Sylveon with the Eevee, also really nice. Like, this is what we need when it comes to an anniversary set, guys. This is what we will need, and I really hope that we get that just so we can enjoy something really cool. Like even these cards, right? Look at this. Look at this Flareon, really nice. Um, this Charizard right here. Look, half art, $45 in a hollow. That's the listing actually. 39 market. Like even these cards do really good. Most of these cards do really well in the PSA 10. Let's look at this one. Charizard generations. Let's see what comes up. Charizard generations. This card right here. Half art. $570 in a PSA 10. 570. Pretty wild, man. Like this is what I'd like. Like celebrations was such, I don't even know what to call it. Don't even know what to call it. They even gave us this Gengar Hollow Rare, which of course is pumping as well. Just a good set here. You have those. You have the half art Mega Pokemon as well, which are really nice. Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur. You have some Evolutions in here: Leafeon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, the Altaria. Like, come on, guys! Like, this is such an easy choice right here. You have this beautiful Jirachi people love with the heart. Really nice cards. And then, oh my god! And then you have Celebrations, which is just, I don't know, man. This is and once again, like this gold Pikachu isn't necessarily part of the set. It comes in the UPC. So does this. But also as well, does anybody know if PSA is still grading metal cards? Because I remember hearing that they weren't grading metal cards anymore. That could be a lie. Please let me know if you guys remember or do know anything about it. These are so easy to pull back then too. Yeah, generations ones you're talking about. Yeah, they were so good, right? But yeah, so we have a reprint of the Charizard, and of course it has a value just because it's nostalgia comes for a base set. Um, so that's there. Um, the Gold Star Umbreon once again, just printed again, nothing insane. A Mew, these other Mews down here, nothing crazy, all just reprints, nothing original here. So like, what's the point of the value in this? Like, how do you value this set? You know, the set alone is the reason why I didn't buy into Celebrations, because I didn't believe in the set, and I understand um that things are coming like the anniversary, but either way, I didn't believe in the set. And I'd prefer to go into something like Generations, and not saying that Generations at the current price point is worth buying right now, but the fact that it's just a better set. It just is. You know, we look at all these sets, we compare them all the time. We can clearly tell which set is better than the others. It just, it's not comparable, you know? It really isn't. It's not comparable whatsoever. Yeah. So what are you guys thinking right now about these sets I just rotated out? Are there any you guys feel like are worth anything to you guys? Are they worth still investing into? Is it worth buying sealed leaderboard? Is it worth buying some Paldea Evolved right now at 465? Is it ever gonna get cheaper again? Like 446 on TCG player. Market price 450 more recently sold. Um, Card is down a little bit on the month. You say no. Okay. I'll tell you what though, with these rotating out and just people focusing on other things, like the fact that these sets aren't actually pumping, like they're really not pumping. Even though they're rotating out, none of these sets are getting the amount of attention that some people thought they were gonna have. Looking at Obsidian Flames, 366. This one has pumped a little bit. All time high at some point was like 330 something. We're now at 366. Most recently sold at 388. I guess I would have to assume that it just being a Charizard set is really helping this set move. But it does. Last live, was it last live, or was it in one of my comments? Somebody just pointing out that Obsidian Flames has a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon, and it does. So it might be the catalyst for what's happening right now. We don't know exactly, but we do have some Pokemon in here. We have the Ninetales, of course, Cleffa, all these other Gen 1 Pokemon, Gloom, Pidgeot, Scizor, which I love this card right here. So yeah, some Gen 1 Pokemon that could really help this set continue to keep rising. And then there are the low gem rates as well. So there's that. You agree. Benny Morrow agrees. There were $75. Well, yeah, but they were they weren't $75 because they were garbage. They were $75 because we were in a bear market for so long, and nobody wanted anything. People just weren't spending money on Pokemon, and people were clearly not investing. So that's that as well. I think the then next rotation is going to be insane. Not much people were around for the hobby for those sets, for better or worse. Yeah, I mean, you have everything from Prismatic and before in between what's ending on here, right? You have some decent sets. It's mostly if there's gonna be any kind of focus, it's mostly gonna be Prismatic, right? Because we have Prismatic, Surging, that'll clearly be second to Prismatic, and then after that, you have Stellar Crown, which a lot of people do not like. You have Shrouded Fable, which people just crap on all the time. You have Twilight Masquerade, which I believe is the third best set, maybe fourth best set in the era, still in the top half, but people crap on this set all the time. And then Temporal Forces. So it's really going to be Prismatic and Surging. Stellars are going to have much hype behind it when it rotates out. Neither will Shrouded. Twilight, who knows? Like, I feel like sentiment is so weird with a set like Twilight because even though they crap on the set all the time, people, at least content creators, which usually affects the attention that a set gets, even though it gets crapped on a ton, market price is still $339. Still 339. Most recently sold at 356, 350, 360. So we'll have to see what happens in a year. But I've always been a believer in Twilight Masquerade. I don't know what it'll do the next year though. We'll have to see. But then you have Temporal Forces, which people do not like at all. All the Pokemon in here keep getting crapped on. The booster box is at 290 for a set that is like just disliked in every single way. And in this set, you do have the Ghastly, the Morty's Conviction with the Gengar in it. And even though, it's so funny, people did not, they complained about this card because it wasn't a Gengar. It was Morty's Conviction with a Gengar in it. And look at it now. It went from like $40. Look at this, 36. It was at that price point for so long. It was like $40 for a really long time. Look at this. Look at this, how it came down 35, 43 for almost a whole year. For the majority of the year, it was somewhere from 30 something to like $40, $43. Now we're at $79. And I love this card. This is such a cool card. The way the Gengar is coming through the ground right here is so cool. But yeah, then you have Temporal Forces here. What is the sentiment going to change? Talking about like deep sets, this is a really deep set. How many guys like, because Temporal Forces gets crapped on so much, you never hear anyone saying Temporal Forces is a deep set, but it is. It's a really deep set. You have all these SIRs. You have the illustration rares all over the place. Ghastly cracked $100. Great for the Ghastly. I got like 3 of them. The Deerling with the connecting art is really nice. Like, just this is a really deep set. Like, really deep. Like, you take the time to look at it, you start finding more illustration rares as you go, especially getting past the gold cards. Look at this, and then full arts as well. Like it's a pretty deep set, deeper than most people believe. Um, so we'll have to see what happens next year. What is the sentiment going to be like? Are people going to hate Temporal Forces? Are they going to continue to hate on Twilight Masquerade, even though it's $350 basically? Like I don't know. I think the only booster box spot to buy is Surging if you're trying to make an investment. Around my area, there are still several available from 200 to 220, just waiting for some of my stuff to move on eBay. Yeah, that's what sucks about my area in New York. There really isn't much room for you to find a deal like that. Like the people here don't really want to give the opportunity to find um product like that at that cheap of a price. So if I sorry, come on. If I did search upon Facebook, which I was going to go on my Facebook right now, I wasn't going to disturb the live with Facebook. Um, let's see. And I looked up Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks booster box. Let's see what I get for me, for myself. Somebody has a listing at, it says $190 buying Surging Sparks booster box. Another one says 220. Some of you Surging Sparks booster box. So people are willing to buy at these prices, but I don't see a single listing. I see one here for $350, which is absurd. Um, and that's the only box I've seen so far. And I've scrolled back, like I've sold past like 20 to 30 listings now. Not a single Surging Sparks booster box. Um, yeah. Sad. I wish I could find it on Facebook. Maybe I could get lucky on OfferUp, but I'd have to go look because it just doesn't work out for me here in New York. It's very different. Like you have people talking about what their success looks like in Chicago, in Atlanta, Georgia, um, Connecticut, and think in New York, it's like there's not a single dollar that people here are willing to part with. It's so hard to find deals here. Everybody wants everything. It doesn't matter if it's just regular people, the LGS. They always feel like there's going to be somebody that's going to come around and just buy it. So it's tougher for me. At least I feel that way. But I hear this all the time. Like last live. There was another person saying that they were selling them for like 210 in their area. So I wish that was the case for me, but it's not. I think Paldale Evolved is slept on. So many of the singles are slowly climbing. They are climbing. There are a ton of cards in there, but I want to say it's slept on. It is 400 and what did we say? 460 for the for the 446. What was the most recently sold? 450, 450, 430, 455, 465. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's slept on. Um, I think some other things in general are just pumping too much. They're kind of overshadowing the set, but yeah, the set's doing well. Overall, the set is just doing well. Like the value of the cards are rising, the sealed product is starting to rise again, and even the PSA 10 values of the singles are rising. This Merrill's $50. I used to talk about this Merrill all the time. 28 bucks. I used to talk about this Merrill all the time. It's $50. I didn't even realize. That's so crazy. That's also why it's kind of scary to be involved in the singles market, like really heavily, because you never know when things are going to kick up, and you never know when they're going to pull down. So just got to be aware. And then what's funny is that you have all these IRs down here, like pumping, right? All these are IRs. This is a special illustration rare, but this is an IR as well. This is a special illustration rare as well, and this is an IR. And then you have the actual Pokemon that is probably going to be really popular in the future because it's one of the starters, third evolution, which is, like I said before, Meowscarada. It's easier to grade, and it's started for $30, and it's pumped. It's pumped, and it's at $30. Look how cheap this was. $18 to $17. It's still, to me, it's worth buying. When it comes to that card, the Skeledirge, which is right here, also has moved because it was much cheaper as well. As you can see here, $25 earlier last year. Look, 19 bucks. The only one that probably hasn't gained much value is the Quaquaval because it is just a ugly Pokemon. Like it is actually ugly. Like I can say Pokemon did a horrible job designing this thing. The third form is definitely better than Quaxwell, which is the second. Oh my god, this thing doesn't look good as well. At least it does have like its connecting artwork. They each connect in some kind of way, which is another thing that they did really well in how they evolved. Right, Quaxley is in this room, and it continues evolving within this room. Where's the Quaxwell? Just want to, it's right there in the room as well, as I said before. They all have that connecting art. The Sprigatito, the Florgato, whatever, Masquerada, they're all in that like garden. Um, and then the Skeledirge goes from shopping to then evolving as they're shopping, and on the way home, it's Skeledirge. So it's a pretty cool design. I bought the Scissor yesterday. It's a pretty cool card, man. Temporal is Fusion 2.0. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I've heard people say that about a few different sets where they believe that it's going to have that fusion effect where people didn't like it, but now they do. So we'll have to see. I think it's a really nice set. Honestly, I do. Um, but like I said before, when you have people on the internet talking about these sets, it really drives the market. People don't realize how much power like content creators have. So if people want to pump something that they own, they will. Some people are open about it. Some people are not, but they will and can do it. They will continue talking about a specific set because they own a lot of it. They'll continue talking about a specific card because they have a lot of it, and it drives attention that way. And it's buyers, right? It's almost like free advertisement. Buyers will come around. They will start buying. They'll start looking at that. They'll target it. It's just like like I was saying before. There's so many things to keep up with in Pokemon that sometimes you're looking at certain things and you're not. Um, Maybe you're not in a position to buy a specific card or a specific set today, but you're thinking about it today. Tomorrow, another thought comes in mind, and you've already forgotten what you wanted to buy yesterday because there's so much out there in Pokemon, so many sets, so many singles, so many different kinds of PSA 10 values that you might want to look into. And then you have content creators talking to you about certain sets and cards. And now that thing that you were thinking about yesterday is that much more far gone that you forget about it for months. And sometimes you just never make the play because it just turned out that way. And I've experienced it myself. I've done the same thing. There's just so much involved in Pokemon. You don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, content creators just drive a lot of the attention. And it kind of sucks because instead of letting organic attention come around and the market do things itself, attention has driven away because of it. As a matter of fact, when the bull run started, right in 2025 around the Prismatic time, the Raging Bolt I think was about $100. Where'd I go so far? Here we go. Raging Bolt was the top card in the set. It wasn't Ghastly, but it was about $100. Where's Raging Bolt? Right here. It's at 64 right now. A year ago, look at this. $93. If you were to go back to like March, February, the card was like $105, $108, I believe. That card was up there. If I remember correctly, when the set first came out, the real big card in the set was this Iron Crown, which looks absolutely amazing. Market price store is $35. Is that just for lightly or near mint as well? Near mint, same thing, $35. So, and this, believe it or not, um, and I wasn't even showing you the screen. I don't know if you guys care to actually see that. You guys know the cards, right? The Raging Bolt, like I said, was 100, and the Iron Crown, this one was the top card in the set when it first came out. It's a really nice looking card. But this is how much strength the content creators have. They talk about how bad this set is, and next thing you know, the Raging Bolt goes from $105 to $65. That's a lot. That's pretty dramatic. Um, then you have the Ghastly tax. Ghastly, I mean, the Gengar tax has been getting a lot of attention as of late. This Morty's Conviction was getting trashed because it was a trainer card instead of a Gengar card, which Like I said before, beautiful card. But a lot of these cards, man, a lot of these cards, in this set in general are really good looking. But once again, content creators just trash it. So it kind of drives attention elsewhere. Since it's just us boys, I'm gonna say the Penny SIR with the Umbreon is super underrated. You know what? You're talking about the Paldean Fates one. I know what you're talking about because like I said before, I'm not trying to pump a card or anything like that. But I did notice this card before, and it's underrated in my opinion, 100%. It just sucks that you cannot see the Umbreon so well because the card is like a dark card. If there was a little more light, you could sometimes I look at the card and it's hard for me to tell that Umbreon is looking upward right here, and this is the ear pointing down, so it's looking up at Penny. But the card is like so dark, it's a little zoomed in, so it's hard to tell. But once you notice what's going on, you realize like this is a really nice card. So you kind of have the situation here with like the Morty's Conviction with the Gengar, but the Gengar is so much more like visible. You can see it so much clearly, so much more clear than this card right here. But the Umbreon, you kind of like lose yourself. As a matter of fact, when I see this card, when I first saw the card, this is what I saw. Oh, you can't even scroll. You can't even scroll. Let's see. Penny Paldean Fates. Will it let me do it though? Will it let me scroll? No, no, it's all right. But what I saw, whenever I saw somebody pull this card, this is what I saw. This is what I saw because that Umbreon is so dark. It's like it's not doing enough to attract attention to the Umbreon. So I just saw Penny. I saw Eevee, the Eevee bag, and I mean like the first few times I saw this card, I never even realized that the Umbreon was there. But now that I see that it's there, I'm like, holy crap, this is actually a really cool card. But it's just something that people miss often. Maybe this card, if we get another Umbreon card at some point and people start, talking about this card, maybe it'll start pumping again. Um, but it hasn't done too much. Yeah, as you can see here, look what it's done since it's released. It hasn't done much. PSA 10, what is it at? $78. It's now at 126. Nothing too insane. Considering that it does have the Umbreon in there, you would think it might do a little better, but it's not. New York is tough. I'm originally from Cali, so SoCal. There's so much product down there. I'm up in the mountains of Utah, and we have scalpers come from about 40 miles away to hit our Walmart. That is nuts. That's got to be a little upsetting, though. Forest Pikachu, the next Umbreon. Dweebo, what's going on, bro? Um, it could be. We were talking about this card, about how good that card is, right? I mean, maybe you just got here, which is okay. But we were talking about it. It's a really nice card, man. It's hard, like there are better Gengar cards out there. I wish, like, I don't know. It is a really nice looking card. I don't. I love this card. I do, but it could be a little better. Because I can't tell what's even going on down here. But the Gengar itself is just Gengar. He looks cool. But the Pikachu though, like this is a top tier Pikachu. Like name me a better Pikachu, and maybe we're gonna have a debate. This is an amazing card. I cannot think of a better Pikachu right now off the top of my head. I can't. Not a single one. Let's look up Pikachu and let's look up what's the most expensive Pikachu out there. Let's just put Pikachu. And let's see if the top card deserves the top spot. Gold Star Pikachu. Okay. Gold Star Pikachu, of course, $6,700. He looks cool. He does. He looks cool. I'm not gonna take that away from it. But is it better? Is it better? I don't know. This Pikachu promo, is it better? No, it's not. Probably incredibly exclusive, but no. This card as well, another incredibly exclusive card. Is it better? I don't think so. Not for me. Uh, it'd be a fight between this Pikachu and the Gold Star Pika, to be honest. You know, that's just me. I even love this promo. I think this promo is pretty cool. But yeah, man, this card is just a top tier card. I just noticed yesterday that the Forest Pikachu card has two more Pikachus up on the tree. What? Where? Yo, tell me you're not messing with me. I'm like I'm like getting like up against the monitor right now. Where? Upper left. You're trying to say that right there? Are you sure? You need to zoom in, bro. I'm let's look at it. Let's look at it on price charting. Hopefully, price charting has a has a better angle of it. Because let's see. All right, is it a little bigger? Here we go. Right here. Yo, that's I'm not gonna lie. That might be some leaves, just colored in yellow because of the sun rays, because of the rays right here. But I do not see that thing. I do not see Pikachu's there, man. Oh, you might be okay. You might be right because that right there looks like the stripes on the back of a Pikachu. That looks like the stripes on the back of it. It looks like it, but it can very well not be that whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie. Really, really hard to see. That could be a Pikachu there, and I guess one here. That's really hard to see though. But like, it's almost like why would the artist? It almost makes me feel like why would the artist even? Maybe this will be a little bigger for you guys, like this. That's a little bigger for you guys. Might be a little better. So he's saying there's a Pikachu right here and a Pikachu right here. I have a decently sized monitor in front of me, and I feel like I can somewhat see it, but like as like I would almost ask the artist, like what's the point of putting those in there? You can't even really see it. Pika XY 124. Where was I looking before? Yeah, this is what I was saying. It was just on this page. I said that I actually like that promo. Oh my god, all the other sealed product is up. Yeah, I was saying I like this promo right here. It's a really nice card. Really nice with the electric Pokemon behind it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Jesus, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Yo, what's up? Not sure, but I asked your opinion last week on trading a PSA 10 SIR Cynthia's Garchomp for I remember for some Ascended. Well, I got 4 poster collections for it. Opened one and pulled them YouTube, bro. What? No, bro. The value of the Garchomp. The value of the Garchomp is almost equal to the raw value of that Mewtwo. PSA 10, 531. Of course, all of the singles are like pumping right now. It was in the 400s, is why I said that. It has now came up to 531. But it has clearly been on the decline. So I think you were at a good time to trade this card in for something else. But now the Mewtwo, it should pop up here somewhere. One of the newer cards right here. Oh, that's Japanese, English, raw, $425, $1,337 in a PSA 10. And going back to this website where I say use the tools that you have at hand, and you go on the first page set leaderboard. Ascended Heroes has the #1 out of everything in Scarlet and Violet, and the Mega Block as of right now has the best gem rate out of all the sets. with 67.6% gem rate, you probably, without me even looking at it because of those numbers, you probably have a possibly PSA 10 copy of this Mewtwo. So you've made your money back and some just by pulling this card. How wild is that? How wild is that? Good for you, bro. Good for you. Yep, the second one is covered. Yeah, it's really, really hard to see though. Like, I almost feel like who did the artist? Like, my question is, who did the artist put this there for? Like, like who's supposed to find that? Who's supposed to enjoy that? It's, but yeah, for this card right here, yo, and it's still rising. Um, if it's worth grading, if it's worth grading, Jesus, I would say grade it yourself, bro. I would say this would be a amazing card to grade, especially for what you just did. Like this is like meant to happen. I would say, um, grade the card, and if you don't absolutely love the card, if you don't love it, I'm all for if you love a card, and you want to keep it, then keep it. You honestly, you don't even need to grade it if it's just something you want to keep in your collection. Graded cards are cool. You can grade it and keep it as well. But if you don't absolutely love this card, I would grade it and get rid of it. I love this card though. I think I like it. I love Mewtwo. Really cool. I would have a really hard time getting rid of some of those cards in Ascended Heroes. But at the same time, when it comes to the investment side of things, and we are trying to be as disciplined as possible, I think we have to look past what these single cards are, what they mean to us, what kind of attachment we can develop to them. But if you could grade this card and move it into like more, for example, like this could damn near buy you an Ascended Heroes case of ETBs. It would pay for the majority of it, for the large portion of what that case is worth. So yeah, man. Holy crap. I can't believe that happened to you. Like really cool, like insane, right? Ascended Heroes ETBs case is what right now? 1,738. If you sold it for 1,300, you just have to put up another $400, $438, and you have yourself an Ascended Heroes case. And we're talking about this inflated price, right? Because they freaking skyrocketed. But with us hopefully getting more product, this will start dropping. This value will start dropping, right? We saw, like I said before, I can only compare this set to Prismatic Evolutions. It's the only set that's a specialty set that has been around through a bull market. Um, Even though it didn't come into a top tier bull market like Ascended Heroes did, um, it pumped at times, but at times you had pullbacks, right? At the beginning of this year, this ETB case was 1,400. It came down from 1,781, which is what we're seeing Ascended Heroes at right now. So we get more product, can pull back very, very hard, can go back to these prices at 12 to 1,300. You don't know what's going to happen. It's hard to foretell what will happen, but man, that could just pay for that. Concept. Hey, bro, have a good night. Thanks for the chats. I'm going to crash. Got work early tomorrow on a Sunday. Damn, bro, that sucks. I hope you have a good day at work, man. Don't let the scalpers get me down, bro. I work at Costco as a merchandiser. We'd be getting. Oh, you're lucky. You are so yo. I get nothing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I get nothing, and I don't want to. I don't want to line up. And honestly, I'm not. If I'm being honest with myself, right, and I want to avoid all kinds of problems, I'm not the kind of person that would take being pushed lightly. Um, like we're there for Pokemon cards, bro. Like I don't need you to put your hands on me in any way, shape, or form. And so for that reason, I like avoid a lot of that stuff. Like it would really bother me if I'm trying to like imagine like, and out of nowhere, somebody comes over and like knocks me to the ground and knocks the product out of my hand, and then they take it. Yeah, man, I don't know how well I would take that. I'm not gonna lie, like, that's so disrespectful in so many different levels, like, it's so messed up. I don't understand why that happens, why that's allowed. I don't understand why that's not even considered assault. If you were in the street and somebody pushes you, it's assault. If I am grabbing something and you push me, it should be assault. Maybe people aren't taking it that far, but maybe they should, and maybe people will stop because I don't agree with it. I would not push anybody out the way. It's super clean too. Thanks, brother. Your advice helped me pull the trigger on that trade. Probably will grade it and sit on it. There you go. I'm glad that worked out for you, bro. I mean, luckily it worked out for you. But at any time, this is all speculation. We don't know how the market's gonna move. Things can happen, and it can, you know, give you a bad result at times. But that I'm happy that that did work out for you. For me, that was like a clear win because it was on the way down. You see that the card is still on the way down. So the Cynthia's card chomp, if you don't love that card, I don't love that card personally. I would get rid of it as well, especially if I had a graded copy. I would get rid of it. So I would not hold on to it. But look, it worked out. You got yourself Ascended Heroes, um, a set that a lot of those products have not pumped, right? If you look at Destined Rivals, even though Destined Rivals, right? I'm gonna go to Destined Rivals real quick because I'm actually about to get to end the stream really soon. It's already 1 a.m. I'm tired myself. But if we look at Destined Rivals and we look at the booster box itself, right? We can see that it's now like reaching a point where the box itself, now that it has gotten to like $600, it's like having trouble breaking that $600 price point. Have we had sales at $600 or slightly above? Yeah, but it's still having just a little more trouble than usual to pull over $600. I'm pretty sure now most people are waiting for uh, us to get more product to hit the market. I think that's really what's happening right now with the market, where sales are really, really starting to diminish. You have 5 on some days here, and actually these are 3-day bars right here. So if we go to these, we haven't, guys, I don't think we ever saw this where we had any days in the market where Destined Rivals didn't have at least one sale. And in this past month, we have 3. So sales are slowing down. People may, list some things at a little more affordable prices, but I think the market's really waiting for us to get more product. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because those collection boxes that Ascended Heroes has, probably still have room to run. I don't know which collection box you're talking about. Um, I don't know if it's one of these bigger ones. Maybe you could let us know which one you got. But just looking at this right here, right? There's a lot of product on here, or there was. There was. I'm wrong. I'm so sorry about that. There was a lot of product, but in the last 3 months, this is not 1 month. That number is wrong. In the last 3 months, sorry, in the last what, month and a half, 1,492 of these boxes have sold, leaving 84 left. Now, once again, as I always say, when for some reason when we get under 100, that 100-point quantity, the products start to rise. Market price is 131. You're already seeing it here, 135 on the very first page, 140, 142 at the very bottom at the first page. So these collection boxes alone, if it is these, um, still have room to run. We saw what Blooming Waters did. Blooming Waters has 12 packs. These have 11, I believe. 10, sorry, 2 less packs with a promo that's much better than the ones we had on Blooming Waters. Um, I believe that these would have much more room to run than where we're at right now if you hold these for a little while longer. I don't know how long you want to hold on to boxes, but just examples like that. Like he said he traded that card for 4 uh, collection boxes. So I don't know which one exactly, but either way, these boxes have more room to run. At least these bigger ones for sure do. Especially this one here at 117, 10 box, 10 packs, the Gardevoir. Yeah, like I get lucky getting stuff for MSRP on whatnot. I got an ETB for Prismatic for $7 and a bundle for 9. I ripped it, nothing. The stuff I get at Best Buy, bro, Zard, UPC, Zard, ETB, nothing. Yeah, I don't get much luck ripping myself, bro. I don't. But buying at MSRP is a pretty big deal. Poster collections, probably 4 poster collections of Lucario. No, that's not a poster collection. If you got the Lucario one, the poster collections are these little ones here. These are the poster collections. Are they not? I thought it was these that were called the poster collections. Like for example, the Prismatic poster collection is a 3-pack thing. The 1 for 1 poster collection is a 3-pack product. This is a 4-pack product. I thought this is what he meant, but I was pretty sure you were talking about this one here, which you just confirmed by saying Lucario. Right? Does this have a poster in it? It does have a poster. Okay, yeah. So you got these. Great trade-in value. I would say myself. You know, I think that was a clear win in my opinion, and it worked out even better than we thought. No, that was the right one. No, no, the one he was talking about was Ascended Heroes. That's why he said he pulled the Mewtwo SAR. The other ones don't have the figure one. I actually have a figure one right here. I've been itching to open it up. But I've been holding back. I would love it, but I'm passing on Destin at this price. I got 6 prismatic SPCs at Costco for less than wow. I only have that one SPC right here. I haven't had the opportunity to go to Costco. There just isn't a Costco close by, and it sucks to drive 40 minutes away. Sorry, there is a Costco close by, but the Costco that's close by doesn't take in any Pokemon. And then the other two that are in completely opposite directions from me are about like a 40-minute drive to each one. And I don't know, like Dweebo, maybe you can help me out with this or help all of us out with this. Is how do you know that you have Pokemon product at Costco? Because I have no way of knowing, to be honest. I like the pin collection better. It's nice packaging. Yeah, I mean they're nice. But these bigger ones have the 10 packs in them, and I think that they're great for that. So it's I think it's going to be somewhat similar to what you got with Blooming Waters and all that other stuff. Gotcha. My bad. I just knew it had a poster because my son was hyped he could have it. Well, that worked. It's just not called that. It's called a actually it is called that. It's called a premium poster collection. I thought it was called something else. So that was it. You were right, bro. You were right. No worries. Um, but yeah, that Mewtwo, like I said before, man, almost anything you pull from like it's if you pull something from Ascended Heroes, it's almost like hard to fail. Like they're also valuable, especially at PSA 10s. Even if raw values are expensive, right? If you pull any of those cards, Pikachu, Gengar, like if you don't like them, if you're not a fan of them, get rid of them. You can move it into something else. A Costco employee posted it in transit list on Discord. No way. Now, does he only post for the Costco by you or like all the Costcos? Because if it's all the Costcos, I need to get into that Discord, bro, because I don't want to drive 40 minutes to try to get something from a Costco and get nothing. Please, if there is a way, I would love that help. And guys as well, I always mention it, or I don't always mention it. There's a link to my Discord in the description. If you do want to join it, you're very welcome to join. You can talk about whatever you want, ask whatever questions you want. Just join in and have fun, show your collection, whatever. It's a very free, open Discord. I'm not strict with it whatsoever. I'm just all about interacting with you guys, just hanging out and just, kicking it, having a good time. But yeah, man, I would love to know somehow if the Costco by me had product or when it did have product. There was only one time I was able to buy two blooming waters uh at Costco at the Costco by me. So that was the only time that I successfully bought something in all of last year at Costco. I never went in for the Surgeon Spark stuff, and I never saw any of the prismatic stuff either. So if there is if that guy is posting on more than others, this is for Canada, and it's normally all of Canada. Oh no, man, I just can't get lucky, man. I just can't get lucky. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it here. I am actually I keep yawning. I'm tired. I would love to be able to stay up longer. Um, I didn't make a video today because I was out hanging out with family and I just didn't make it back home in time. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go live. I actually wanted to do a video and go live, and I couldn't really do them both. Uh, at least I got to do one, right? So I'm happy about that. But tomorrow, of course, look forward to a video tomorrow. Depending on how the day goes tomorrow, maybe I can go live at like an earlier time and then release my video later on in the day as I typically do. So maybe that'll be that. Maybe I can hook you guys up two times if you guys actually like hanging out in the live. I think it's fun. It's like the only way to hang out with the boys and talk Pokemon because I don't, most people don't necessarily have somebody like right around the corner or next door or in your own household that's going to be talking Pokemon with you. This is why I enjoy it so much. Like it's just so easy to do. I wish this was my actual job. But yeah, guys, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Once again, the Discord is in the description. The new membership is up. If you want to support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Um, and yeah, hopefully, as the membership builds, maybe we can do things, different things, depending on how many there are. Maybe a giveaway here and there, because I tried to make them like $2 for the membership. There was a weird pricing issue where it was appearing to people at like $2.99, but I contacted YouTube support to try to fix that. Um, it's supposed to be 199. If anybody does look and it says 299, please let me know. They apparently they told me I needed to give it like 24 to 48 hours to let it update, which I don't understand how that's the case. Uh, that has to happen. It's a little odd, but yeah, if you want to join the Discord, you want to be a member, uh, I would appreciate it. The Discord is open to everyone. There is no paywall or anything like that. Just come hang out and enjoy, man. And for all of you guys being here, Ben, Dios, Dweebo, everyone else that's not really chatting so much and just sitting back watching, it's all good. But thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. Like I said before, hopefully I can hit you guys up with a double banger, maybe the live and a video, depending on how the day goes. I do have my fiance I try to divide my time up with. But yeah, guys, thanks for being here. It was really fun. Have a good night. If you pull anything, let me know. Peace. Fino, I didn't even know you were here. Yeah, brother. Thank you, man. Thanks for being here, brother. I'll see you guys on the next one.